All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome to the box. We the SandBox Boys. I'm Shane,
I'm Demar.
I'm Devin.
I'm Tyson.
Jammer.
Yeah.
and we got a special return for y'all, man. We had to come back for y'all. I'm gonna let Tyson take over.
Yeah, so how everybody doing today, man? Y'all been good?
Chilling, man.
Everybody just been chilling.
I've been chilling. Got my brownie.
Good in the hood.
Real, for real. So we finna get to what's been happening lately. As you know, we a little late on the finals, but we want to go over the finals a little bit, talk about it. The Thunder defeating the Pacers 103-91 in Game 7 to win the series 4-3. How we feeling about that series, y'all?
Man, I thought it was a good series of basketball, to be honest. I ain't messed with how Halliburton got hurt.
Mm,
It felt like it took a little bit away from the game 7, even though I had OKC winning anyway. But that's all I got to say about just the series itself.
yeah. I feel like, man, I ain't gonna lie. The series, it was great basketball, first of all.
For sure.
Teams was, connecting on all cylinders and stuff, but that injury in Game 7,
Yeah.
that was.
And the worst part about it was people don't even realize like that was the first Game 7 since 2016. Like people always want to talk about 2016 and complain, but when it's some real good basketball,
Yeah.
like people don't really care for it the same.
Yeah.
We saw some good team ball for sure.
It was two low market teams though. That's why I feel
It
like
was low market. It
people
was,
weren't really paying
That was the
attention.
but at the end of the day, it was a bunch of young hoopers, and they was hooping.
It was.
Like we watched.
Like Benedict Mather, he came alive for real.
Man,
He really surprised me. He really surprised me.
we saw a big step up from J-Dub in the playoffs overall. Tyson, I remember back in like February, we was talking to him about
it.
how far they could go. I said it depend on J-Dub. J-Dub came off the
He showed
hoop.
up because it was the first two games they was talking about like how he wasn't really performing, how they really needed
He
him.
only had 17 and 19 points, bro. Came
Soon as
through,
he
dropped
stepped up,
40
they started
piece.
playing good, for real.
J-Dub had to step up because Chet went missing. I don't know where
for
Chet
real.
was.
Yeah.
They talk about he was gonna be.
You imagine Miles Turner, bro. That's terrible, bro.
Hey, that's just a bunch of non-rebounded big men, bro.
Hey, that's bad hoops.
A bunch of
big man
Jaren
play,
Jackson Juniors.
Hey, and the unsung hero for the Pacers, we can't forget about him. TJ McConnell had a great
Hey,
series.
right cold though.
He had a great
Right
series.
cold though.
DJ McConnell, 100% white boy of the year
Big
front
time.
runner. 100% white boy of the year front runner for sure.
Oh me.
For sure. For sure.
Like no question.
Who else is a candidate for that though?
John Cena always.
I mean,
That's John Cena. It don't even matter.
I mean, you got TJ McConnell, Justin Bieber.
Wait, Jeff Hardy's still alive though. Jeff Hardy.
Bruh, stop with that stuff. All right, now that we done talk a little bit about the series itself, like what do y'all think this win does with like how the NBA power rankings are seen amongst the players? Like any thoughts, in particularly talking about Shea, any conversations about this season he just had? Does it change up y'all's rankings and the pecking order of the best players in the league? Like, what's up?
I think he go from
No.
I think he go from number 2 to 1B.
He go from number 2 to number 2.
Who won?
Yeah, he's still for me.
The other day,
Wait. Who the top 3? Who y'all top 3?
Is Jokic, Shea, and Giannis.
yeah,
I got Giannis over Shea personally.
That ain't crazy.
That's fair.
Crazy though.
But like they can go. They can
and
switch.
Dylan, the other day, I know you did say you was talking about how Shea, he was the best player in the league now. So are you standing on that? Or like
That's why I said 1B, because you got to understand he the reigning MVP, Finals MVP.
okay,
He averaged 30 plus.
yeah,
He scored hella points in the finals, broke the records or whatever. He a hooper.
so he's your 1B. So you think it's a toss up between who could be better?
If somebody says Shea, I'm not mad, but I'm a Jokic guy. I like.
And I know I'm a Shea guy. I'm not no big Jokic guy, but I wouldn't put Shea at 1B. I would leave him at 2. I feel like him doing something that ain't been did since the GOAT himself did it back in 2014. That closes the gap for sure. between the 1 and the 2 spot, but it was such a wide gap that him closing it don't really do too much. I think it widened the gap between him and Giannis a lot. But like,
really,
yes. I mean, not a lot.
But Giannis did that though.
Because I think people kind of forget about Giannis.
I'm not forgetting what Giannis did it. Oh, I'm a Giannis guy. You know this, Mo. Come on, bro.
Between like the three of them, still close.
I ain't gonna lie, for Cuz did win Finals MVP, and the NBA championship.
Giannis got all of those too, though.
No, Giannis did get all of those. Giannis did get all of those.
I
Giannis,
I feel like Dame Dollar let him down bad,
and he's let him down the last. He's let him down the last two. He's let him down the last.
It wasn't even Dame.
But I'm not forgetting what he did. I mean, that was 4 years ago.
Wasn't playing well. Also.
That was 4 years ago.
Dame was getting injured.
Yeah, the Bucks were struggling.
Couldn't really.
That was 4 years ago. But Giannis, I ain't never discredited Giannis. It's a toss-up between 2 and 3. I just think, for me personally, I think he widened the gap. I gotta put some respect on the MVP that won the finals, because like MVP ain't won the finals and I don't know how long. I ain't gonna lie.
That's why I said 1B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why I said he just widened the gap and closed it between him and Jokic.
I think Shea was definitively the best guard this year. Like he the best guard in the
by 4.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would feel like for someone to say he the best player in the world just because he a guard, like okay, but like overall, like I don't think he can touch.
If somebody wants to say that, I mean, not because
like Jokic was top 10 in every stat category. Nobody did.
I mean, like what Shane was saying, like he is a guard doing all that. Like if somebody was to say he was the best because he's a guard, I mean it's not bad, but Jokic still won.
But you gotta understand, we didn't seen guards average 30 plus plenty times.
Yeah,
we ain't never seen a center do what Jokic do.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Every stat.
But we ain't seen a guard average 30 plus and win no finals since, if I'm not mistaken, folks can fact check me on this, Mike. But I could be tripping.
Kobe ain't average 30?
Oh, Kobe. Dang.
Yeah, I was thinking about Kobe.
But I don't know. Did he get Did he win when he averaged 30 though?
Probably not.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. Above 32. Cuz was getting 32 a game on 53% shooting. That's impressive. But man, talked about the finals.
How do you feel about the finals in general?
You just talking about averaging 30 in general. Did you say a guard averaging 30 or just
I said a guard averaging 30 and winning the finals, not in general, no.
What do you say, Tyson?
How do we feel about the finals in general? How do we feel like it ranks among the other finals that we've seen in the past?
I mean, it's never gonna be like
what amount of time we talking about?
You know, like
last 5 years.
I enjoyed this finals a lot, honestly.
Since we've been alive,
you talking about like
I mean, let's say
like the past
2010s. Not 2010s.
2010s.
2010s is hard to beat though.
I ain't gonna lie.
2010s hard to beat. That's
Bron versus Steph.
That's two of the best going at it. You can't really.
I mean,
it's top 5.
Better than the Jokic. It's not.
I feel like the Hallie injury really dumped it down a little bit because we know that like if he would have stayed, we don't know what would have happened, but it would have most definitely been a more entertaining game.
It was a close game when he got hurt.
It was a good finals, but like the fact that it was the Thunder against the Pacers, it just
it don't sound right to the ears.
That's what I'm saying.
Thunder ain't hidden.
I'm personally, I think even though it was a game,
but it's good ball for
Well, you said what, J-Mo?
I'm putting it close to like the Raptors finals, in my opinion.
Versus the Warriors?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the weaker ones.
I think wait.
I don't think I like
finals. That's not.
You can't say, but
I ain't gonna lie.
It was game 7, bro. You can't really.
I feel like you can't say a finals that went
with
to
the game 7. Yeah,
you
can't really.
Boston versus Dallas was way worse than this.
That was
sure.
The Nuggets versus the Heat is way
worse.
worse.
The Nuggets and Heat was the worst one.
That was the worst one. And Boston was 2. Boston versus Dallas was horrible.
It's close. It's like close.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Call me crazy. That Milwaukee versus Phoenix finals was better than this finals.
Because
it had more star power.
It didn't even have nothing to do with the star powers. It was like they was beefing, bro.
Yeah.
Like they was talking crazy.
Yeah.
Giannis came in this on one leg, giving DeAndre Ayton the business, cuz that was pure.
Yeah.
Because them two,
And
them
because there was
also
a lot of people that could have got their first ring.
Just
Yeah,
like
them two low market teams. So I don't really think they got nothing to do with it. It's just like
it was just that was more entertaining than this.
Yeah, that was way more entertaining.
It wasn't really a storyline besides the like
The Halliburton.
It was.
The Halliburton. That's the only
storyline. Huh?
SGA not a storyline. To me,
he not.
He wasn't.
It wasn't.
He wasn't.
I don't think he is.
Like the Suns was a storyline, the Suns Bucks, because like they kept like
three had to get a ring.
Like Chris Paul was finna get his first. Jay Crowder was beefing with everybody.
Yeah,
Jay Crowder been beefing with everybody.
Like Giannis is doing the best things anybody is. Like he dropped 50 in the finals.
Giannis also
Devin Booker came through this joint.
Devin Booker needed his first ring.
Book did his big one, was trying to get his first one, then put up a couple duds going single digit points. I was embarrassed.
Devin Booker though, what do we expect?
And it also plays in part even before the finals, like the conference finals and all that, because like the Thunder was really watching everybody. So like
except for Denver.
That much to build.
Denver was the closest series they had.
Denver was the closest series, and they beat them by 40 in Game 7. So
that's on. But the Pacers, like they was cooking though.
The Pacers, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta tip your hat to them though, because they was playing like legit team ball, like system ball.
They're a great basketball team.
So like we'll say though this series is better than the 17-18 series, right?
Yeah, Warriors have,
yeah. Okay. And you said it's on the par of 19.
I think that's like in the middle. I think that's just like middle.
Yeah, it's like middle.
I mean, okay, for sure.
Because like both of the Lakers, Celtics,
I personally like the Raptors Warriors. Like I like to see.
But I feel like the Raptors.
Like KD was the best scorer we've ever seen, and Giannis was like, I said Giannis, and Kawhi's like one of the best defenders we've seen. Like seeing that in the finals,
people tuned in to watch the Warriors lose
on a strained calf and gave Cub 15 in the first quarter that tore his Achilles.
Low key,
that just messed up that series because you get that narrative of KD coming back and helping the folks get a ring. Then conversations talked a lot differently about
the Warriors Raptors series was better than this one. People wanted to see the Warriors get knocked off, no matter if they was hurt or not. Like
I was one of them people. I was a Fred VanVleet guy for
me. Fred VanVleet was hooping that series.
I wasn't a Raptors guy. I wasn't really rooting for anybody that series. I wasn't rooting for anybody in any series.
That's right. And that's also when Pascal Siakam came to stardom. That's when he got his. Pascal was going crazy.
After Kawhi hit that game winner versus Philly, I knew they wasn't losing.
Yeah,
that was a great series too.
That was a great playoffs in general.
It did have a storyline too. With
that's what I'm saying. The storyline.
The Raptors that with Kawhi coming in his first year did have a storyline.
Kawhi legacy run.
And like the whole year they've been talking about like Kawhi is not bought in. So like seeing him take them to the finals, I was like, hey.
And then he won the finals, and then he wasn't bought in. That nigga left.
I just think, 2019 Kawhi different, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, we done talked about the
real caliber player for real. I mean, like we didn't talk about the finals, but can we? Now let's talk about something different. Can we see OKC becoming a dynasty?
No,
in the future.
No.
I will say this.
First of all, do we see a back-to-back champion?
No. Actually, that could very likely happen
because the East is depleting right now.
You said why?
No, I didn't say why.
I said because the East is depleted right now.
I think the East with Boston being hurt would not mean crazy for a back-to-back finals. Let's just say right now, as of the offseason, as of what people got in the draft and free agency so far, they are either the best or the second best team in the West in terms of roster-wise behind Dallas. And with that being said, with you still being a top 2 team, you ain't lose nobody. And I ain't gonna lie, that run for J-Dub in the playoffs, that's gonna make him blossom as a player personally. I think we could see J-Dub, depending on how many shots Shea put up and how many points a game he scored, he gonna be a comfortable 23, possibly 23-point a game scorer next year. I think with that, with him getting that boost in confidence after having that good playoff run, I think that's going to not prevent them from having a repeat. But becoming a dynasty, no. Because with this new, like, the way the luxury tax work now, I think they going to have to start coming off some pieces. I think Chet going to probably be the first to go within the next 2 seasons.
That's what I was going to say.
Depending on who you bring in Chet, yeah, it's hard. It's gonna be a really hard to build a dynasty in today's NBA.
It's gonna be like how Boston. It's gonna be like what Boston's going through right now.
Yeah, you said what?
Before Hardenstein?
They moving him before Hardenstein. Well, their contract's not gonna match. We talking about Hardenstein not gonna be getting no 200+ mil, bro.
Chet gonna demand a lot of money.
Chet gonna get about 200 mil, gang.
You got regular guys getting 100 million.
No, I'm not saying he deserve it. I think he highly overrated. I'm just saying he gonna be getting about 200 mil
next season.
What'd you
So
say?
they'll be getting some signings sometime soon.
Who?
J-Dub and Chet's contracts they expire next season.
Yeah, they got to get paid a bad. That's what I'm saying. Chet.
So what do you pay
first? J-Dub getting
what do you pay? What do you like? What's J-Dub contract?
200 mil plus.
He getting the max.
Duffy?
You thinking like 220? 220?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown made 250 mil. J-Dub getting paid 225.
They paying J-Dub the max.
J-Dub getting paid 225 game.
Like, he deserved the max though.
He the modern day NBA. He the modern day NBA wing. He a 2-way game.
He deserved
it. He deserved the max. Crazy. I'm deserving the max kind of crazy.
Wait, J-Mo, we disagreeing with that?
Bradley Beal the max. Like,
what you gotta say, Mo?
But it's the Suns.
You said what?
He doesn't deserve the max.
No,
he does.
He don't.
How not?
He does everything you would want him to do.
What is he not doing?
On me, Dad.
If we saying Jaylen Brown didn't deserve the max.
No, we didn't say he didn't deserve a max.
When Jaylen Brown got paid like that, people were saying he did not deserve it.
People were saying
people
were saying wholly overpaid. No,
the reason
if Jaylen Brown get overpaid, he definitely.
If I'm not mistaken,
225, that's an overpay.
J-Mo, look back on it. Jaylen Brown
is it?
Yes,
overpaid because of where the contracts are now. He got paid that because he was resetting the market. If anything, they really got him looking back on it in about a year or two when all the top people got to get repaid and sign new contracts. His contract will seem minuscule, or not minuscule, but middle of the line.
If I'm not tripping, didn't he get paid after the Warriors Celtics series? After that,
he did.
And so people were also taking in consideration of recency bias. That was a horrible final. He couldn't dribble the ball. He couldn't dribble the ball.
That's before Jaylen Brown had a left hand.
He had no left.
Still don't got no left hand.
And then with the stuff like paying him the max, you got to keep him and Shea together. Like you can't even lowball him and make him mad.
Chet, that's why I think Chet gonna be the one to go. Like I don't think,
or Chet just gonna take a pay cut
after this year.
I don't see that.
The only reason why that does not happen,
he will do something like that.
You said what, Tyson?
I feel like since Chet is young and he's still trying to get onto his career, even though they do want money, taking a pay cut as a young superstar, knowing you have a future, but he's lanky though.
I don't know. See,
Chet also the modern day prototypical big, bro.
But also,
I would disagree with that, Tyson. I would say since he a young superstar, dude finna be like, nah, I only got X amount of years left.
You said a what?
I mean, a young budding star. Like
if you made an all-star game.
If you a young player who you think is gonna get better,
I feel you.
Like, man, I only got this amount of time left. I'm finna get the most money I can.
I don't think you stay there. I think
what if he just want to play?
If he wants the money he gonna get, they probably.
What if he just want to play and win with the guys he came in with?
They changed the rules now. You can't have 3 max contracts.
He could take a pay cut, Dylan. You right?
But Chet not gonna be able to be there because Chet asked for a max.
He could take a pay cut just to play and win with the people he came in with because they already won one.
And
they already won one. So he probably like, if he won one, he could win 2.
Dylan, the difference between a max contract and the next thing up is crazy.
A lot of money. But Dylan's kind of right.
He is right. I mean, we don't know him personally, so we don't know how selfless
the Thunder got a tight knit culture where I can see something like that happening.
They got a great team. They got a great team.
How long is somebody willing to live in somebody's shadows pockets wise before stuff starts going?
Not long.
I mean,
not long.
Some of the greatest NBA players of all time are role players. Some of the greats are role players.
That's true.
Some of the greats are role players. That's
true.
True.
Some of the greats, yeah. Like who?
Dennis
Robert
Rodman,
Williams,
Robert Perry,
Okay.
Dennis Rodman.
I'm trying to see what we talking about.
Draymond Green.
There's some great.
I was trying to see what you're talking about. Instantly, my mind went to like top 50 players.
No,
I
was like, who are we talking about? But I thought about it. I feel what you were saying.
I'm like Bill Russell,
Great role players.
On me, I was like J-Mo.
Bro, come on, hey,
It's-
bro.
But it's a lot of like greats who made their name off playing a role, and
Money was
they
different.
cherished
Money
regardless
was
to the money.
Yeah.
And Chet not a role player. That's the
Hey,
thing.
how do y'all feel about that though?
What?
Like, did y'all see how much Dylan Harper making? But Dylan Harper is making more than his whole dad career paid.
Do you know how Cooper Flag?
No,
What you were saying?
Cooper Flag made $62 million on his rookie contract, I think.
He got the chance to be a billionaire.
Billionaire by 25.
No, he had a chance to be a billionaire before the age of 32 years old. In
Like, off just NBA money. That is crazy.
That is crazy, bro. No,
And he already got a lifetime shoe deal.
Low key, we gonna get into it later, but like that is a part of like why like the rookie, like people
that's why they don't care about where they. That's why they care about where they go for real. They
don't. Like Ace Bailey draft guys.
Like nah.
But hey, if I'm him, I would have did the same thing.
That's why you're not in the league.
So he know his value. We know his value. We know his value though.
Wait, man, I ain't gonna lie.
We're sitting here talking about this draft talk. We need to let's talk about these off-season moves real quick, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's go
ahead and start off with the biggest. Kevin Durant going to the Rockets. Everybody go around the panel. Just y'all, I'll go last. Y'all just go one by one. Just get y'all thoughts on the trade. Answer. How do y'all feel about the deal? Who do y'all think won the trade? And then number 3, where does this put the two teams and where do you see their futures?
Let's talk about the details first.
Yeah,
like sure. The Suns. So they received Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick of the 2025 draft, and 5 second-round picks, and the Rockets received KD. So honestly, I feel like, man, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want KD to go to the Rockets.
Okay.
I wanted him to go to the Spurs. One, I don't know if it's the best move, but one, I just feel like the Rockets is just not a good team for him. I just feel like it's just not there. Now, they could improve because I know the Rockets I feel like the Rockets still need to make more moves in order to be in winning contention because I don't even see the Rockets beating the Timberwolves in the series.
Ooh.
Wait, what'd you say? Say that again.
I agree.
I don't feel like the Rockets can even beat the Timberwolves in the series right now. So I feel like they still need to make some moves.
Julius Randle still on the Timberwolves?
Yeah, he just got re-signed today.
Oh yeah, the Rockets.
100.
Continue.
They got Jamie.
So Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, they lost Dylan Brooks, and Dylan Brooks is a big guy for teams.
He
He's that guy that brings it.
That heartbeat.
You feel me? Like he brings something for the team. He gives star players, at easy time because they don't got to worry about anything else because Dylan Brooks probably gonna do that shit.
Right.
But so the Suns with Jalen Green, they probably gonna move on from him. I feel like they're gonna send him somewhere else as well.
I don't think they gonna move him.
Yeah,
they were trying to get off.
Hey, so they finna have Jalen Green, Bradley Beal, and D Book.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing that.
Man, they finna have the greatest AAU team of all
They
time.
would trade Brad Beal, but he
don't nobody want
no trade clause.
And then even the no trade clause. It's the contract.
Nobody paying him that, bro.
The contract is crazy.
He still got a no trade clause.
He better than Jalen Green. I mean,
but even with him having a no trade clause, he could go somewhere that he wanted to go. That's not the reason he not gonna get traded. They could find somebody that want him if he didn't have that contract. That contract wicked.
He's still the only dude in the NBA with a no trade clause.
It's him and LeBron.
Him and LeBron.
Nah.
Damn.
But he can do that. He
like that.
Damn. How you feel about that trade, DeMar?
You said what?
How you feeling about that trade?
I personally think that Houston overpaid for him like crazy. Not like crazy, because you gave up 5 seconds and you gave up only 1 first, but you gave up your heartbeat and a guy that I personally think is overrated, but he played bad. He averaged 20-something nonetheless. But my big
Jalen Brooks.
Dylan the villain.
Oh, the heartbeat. He the heartbeat.
Jalen Green was
That's
a heartbeat.
guy. That's their
I said
glue guy.
Dylan Brooks the heartbeat. He the glue guy.
Oh, I was
But
like,
Jalen, no, you're right, Mo. Amin is a heartbeat, but you know Dylan Brooks been a heartbeat kind of guy since he was in Memphis. Like he a dude that gonna go out there and set the tone.
I
Like
was
he,
gonna say,
Bro,
Jalen Green was they heartbeat.
I said leaders need people like him to lean back on.
me.
Yeah, he take the
pressure off him.
Dylan Brooks was doing that when they played Golden State, bro. We knew coming into the series who was guarding who, off the rip. But like I was saying though, like I think that when you make a splash trade like that and you trade him for an old player, even though he at the top of his game, I still think he a top 7 player in the league. But with him getting traded for, I have to ask Houston, or I ask myself, like, does this put them in a win now situation, which is yes, and could they actually win now? And the answer to that, I think, is no. So I don't like the trade personally for Houston. I would have still been trying to get Giannis, who I feel like would have been somebody better to get, even though you had to pay more, but you got the young talent to do that. And then for Phoenix, I think that coming off KD was great. I think they just got to answer the question, are they in rebuild mode? Because they making moves still, even in the draft that people watch, they making moves where it's like, if you're in rebuild mode, like, what is you doing drafting these players? Like, you got 3 big men on your roster, all 7 foot right now. Like, and they talking about they traded Jalen Green. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen no more speculations and talks about it. But we do still got all the free agency. But I think once Phoenix answers that question, they would have really like helped their case of them winning that trade personally.
And I honestly think Houston, even though like DeMar Wright, like I do think like Kevin Durant, like not the guy that you supposed to get in 2025 to put you over the hump. But it's like I do think that that's gonna like make them better. It's just how much better for how much that they paid for it. I don't know if that matches up because I don't think that they beating the Thunder. I don't think that they beating Dallas.
I don't think they've been in Denver or Minnesota.
So that's 4 teams. Like, I don't know. But I do think that a man's going to get better. So then they'll be better than what people expect. I think Sengun's going to get better.
But how much? Oh, my bad.
It's just going to be a matter of, like, how they're going to look come playoff time, I guess.
My only question for you is, how much better does I think they went 50-32. How much better does, like, getting KD do for them in terms of wins and where they're going to be seated before going into the playoffs?
If anything, their record might look
worse on me
because they lost defense and Jalen Green losing Jalen Green is low key a W because Jalen Green not really
good. For sure.
No teams really wanted Jalen Green.
That's why they ain't got off of me.
Nobody really wanted Jalen Green. More of a TikTok guy, like I said earlier.
He can go to the Trailblazers. He can go to the Trailblazers or the Wizards.
They probably send him to Washington. That's NBA jail.
Yeah, he can't send
everybody.
He can go to
sad, bro.
I will say though, Jalen Green has some nice outfits, but that's
it would be sad.
I ain't gonna lie. I like the moves the Rockets been doing. Honestly,
you like the moves they've been doing?
I was gonna say, who do you think the Rockets can really pick up?
I don't like the Jabari Smith contract.
Resign? Do you see the bag he got?
5 years, $120 million is crazy.
It's ridiculous. He making more money than Trey Murphy.
That's just NBA money, bro.
I could be mistaken. I don't even think Jabari Smith got a year where he played over 25 minutes a game yet. But I could be tripping.
I mean, I like the trade for the Rockets, but it's like how y'all were saying. Like, you got to ask yourself the question, like, how much better is that actually going to make you than the Red? Like, does that put you above the other great teams in the West? Like the Thunder, you got the Mavs. They're going to be fully healthy, hopefully. The Lakers, a full year with Luka and LeBron. Like, you just got to think about it. Like, I mean, granted the East is hurt, but you also got to think about it like that. Does that really place you above the rest of the teams?
I do think, though, that they're going to compete with Minnesota, though. I think that they could be Minnesota. That series will probably go to, like, 7 or something.
I hope they can compete.
I feel like any team with KD,
they got a top 7 player on their team.
Any team with KD and like I'm not even trolling. Any team with like KD and like, hey man, is like a good team. Like they gonna be good.
but that's not their problem. Is they big men? They don't have any.
Yeah, I feel like
Sengun is good.
Bro, he mean defensive wise.
He plays no defense.
I'm saying if you gonna trust Sengun,
I actually like Sengun. He not underrated, but people don't really. I guess he got a lot of potential to be better. Like I think that Sengun gonna get better. I think we watching like the worst versions.
Better at what?
How much better at Sengun?
How much better
I think he'll get better at scoring. I think he'll get tougher. I think he'll just end up being a better big man.
But his paint still gonna be sweet.
And he's still.
I mean, he's European. He's European, so like that's gonna come with it. But I do think he gonna get better. I do think
he's still gonna be getting
can we get like
rebounds?
Could you give like a like what's he going like when you see
what's his average right now?
What's his stat? What you think his stats gonna be?
Let me see. What's his averages?
I could be mistaken.
He can average like
20 and 10.
He averaged like 19 and 10. So he could very well make like a 5-point jump. Maybe not next year, but dude can average like 20, 23, 24 points and like 10 rebounds.
Definitely.
I don't think that's crazy to say.
Okay,
so doing for MIP?
Keep in mind,
I disagree, but I can get down with it. That's not crazy.
Jalen Green has the highest like scoring potential, but realistically, Sengun is their best scorer on their team.
Yeah,
if they
most efficient facts. He be scoring at will.
With KD, he's gonna get so much off of Sengun's shoulders, bro. Like it's just gonna be a lot better for him. I feel like he gonna get a lot better.
Okay.
The Rockets might look worse in the regular season.
A little bit around the team.
I don't see him averaging 24 points ever, but I think he's gonna get better.
I don't ever see him averaging 24.
I see him sitting around 21.
A better defender.
24 points and not shooting the 3 ball, you get some shots up.
Hey, Giannis can do it. And man not jumping. Hey, man,
don't put them in the same conversation.
Hey, bro,
they can't
don't ever do that again, bro. What are we saying?
I'm just saying you can score without shooting.
We talking about a transition bully.
Shoot, LeBron did it.
He a transition bully.
Who?
He talking about GOAT.
Oh yeah.
Sengun ain't
no going too slow. He got the bag to get there though.
Sengun not getting downhill.
Speaking of GOAT,
I got a question though for the Rockets.
Oh, Desmond Bain to the Magic.
That's what I'm saying.
Do y'all think Reed Shepherd is gonna get a bigger role next year?
Yeah.
Now that Jalen Green's gone.
I think he will. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
He deserves a bigger role.
I think
he does deserve it. He does. But
you know what?
He got to defend more. He's small.
1 minute, so yeah.
He's a great defender. Tyson, don't do that. Tyson, don't do that. He's a great defender.
He is.
I was a fan of him in college. He's a great defender.
I watched him in college as well.
Reed Shepherd can guard. He can guard.
I think he'll get more minutes. So he'll have a bigger role.
He'll get more run though, because he'll be coming off the bench. He'll probably be one of the folks manning the bench unit.
I mean, to be honest,
like KD and Sengun, they'll probably try to step the floor.
You said what about Cam Whitmore?
Like he's gonna have a bigger role too. That Jalen Green is a hindrance to their bench because they like, bro, we gotta play Jalen Green, bro. He making all this, like they have to play him. Like
they gotta play him.
Like getting that out of there is like so much better for them, bro.
They would have been worse than 50 and 32 without him.
Yeah.
He inefficient and he a shot chucker, but I mean he getting buckets at the end of the day.
I was gonna say dudes like Cam Whitmore and Reed Shepherd, they both have to get bigger roles, way bigger roles.
Jabari Smith should benefit too.
If Jabari Smith can stay healthy, I think he'll have a good year because he's tough. I really like his game.
His contract is crazy, but
he's not forced to play good.
You know that he's tough. He's been hurt. He can hoop. He can hoop.
I personally don't think he's tough.
He gotta make a big jump based off the money. He's an investment.
John Norman's jump, and that usually does not happen.
He's an investment now. Like he used to kind of be a project. Now he has to produce. Otherwise, he's gonna get traded.
Like he's getting paid a lot more money than a lot.
I wouldn't have threw him that contract though, but I think he can have a good year.
But if
I don't think he's that good.
From perspective,
I think Nas Reed better than him.
I feel like
Nas Reed is better than him.
He way better.
That's not a Reed a bucket.
He's proven. That's a proven player though.
If we looking at this from a Rockets fan perspective though, I feel like a lot of teams in the NBA, you want to keep your young talent. So I can't blame them from overpaying because you're gonna be forced to. But it's kind of like, why now? I feel like they could have waited.
You want to keep young talent when it produces. He ain't.
That's what I was gonna say. If it's giving that you need to pay the dudes just so he wouldn't think about leaving in the future. You got to keep him there for that reason. But Jabari Smith has
Jabari ain't really gave him a reason to keep.
How old is he? Like 20, 21?
No, he older than 20. He like 22, 20.
Or like 22, probably.
Like he showed promise, but he hasn't showed like.
Yeah, he played in college for 2 years, ain't it?
No, one.
Oh, one.
I think it was one of them.
Yeah, he 20. He 22.
Yeah, I was gonna say he about 22, 23.
Like he's young, he got potential, but like paying him that much at a time where he has really showed you, like, is he that guy really?
It's definitely a gamble.
On me.
Yeah.
We talk about young folks, man. We can go ahead and hit up. We can let's travel down to Orlando real quick. We talking about young folks, bro. They got a stud. Really, what they
Hold on.
Wait. Start over the intro. My nigga called him a stud. That nigga.
Bro, you didn't even let me finish, bro. I said a stud and what they needed, bro. Chill.
He's a stud though.
On the real though.
Oh wait. He's saying he looked like a stud. Oh, okay.
No, I said a stud and like how he hoop, but you tripping. But that Orlando, they did well. Tyson, you can break down the details real quick.
All right, yeah. So the Grizzlies in Orlando agreed to a trade. The Grizzlies received KCP, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 first-round pick swap. And then the Orlando Magic received Desmond Bane. How are we feeling about that one?
Yeah.
I think I speak for
Hey, tell me what's funny, bro. Tell me what's funny. Wait, hold on.
What's funny though? No.
Oh, talk to me. What's funny?
I was just expecting them to get more, but all he said was they get Desmond Bane. I was a little surprised. I ain't they trade me too.
I definitely think the Grizzlies won the trade though, because I felt
they fleeced Orlando.
As a Grizzlies fan, it's like, from my perspective, a lot of Grizzlies fans don't agree, but it's like I knew we wasn't gonna win anything with Desmond Bane. He was a player that I'm like, okay, like we know how good he's gonna be. He's a scorer, he's a guard, but like, and he was showing up when Ja wasn't there, which was a lot as of late. But like getting Cole Anthony, who else you said? Cole Anthony, KCP too. That's a guy that we would need.
Picks was the biggest thing,
and you get picks on top of that.
They got 4 first rounders.
Yeah,
and a pick swap.
And what you gotta think about is also like from the Grizzlies' perspective, you looking at yourself and you like we like 1 or 2 pieces away, really 1.5 in my opinion pieces away from making it to a championship. And you like, is Desmond Bane gonna get any better at all? Is he the one of the best out of the 3? And you gotta think about it. He not better than Jaren after Jaren took that big leap, and he's definitely not better than Ja Witt, and we already knew that. So like, for what you got in return, it's like that's like the best. That's the best case scenario for you,
for sure.
Like especially with the Suns now, how the
yeah, we did get the Suns pick, with the Suns looking like they kind of heading towards a rebuild. Where we don't really know. That 2026 first round pick is a huge pick, because if everything don't go the way you want it this year, you not panicking sitting here talking about the draft capital that you need. You gonna have probably a lottery pick if everything goes how we think it will with Phoenix. You will most likely definitely get a lottery pick.
It just give them some room to experiment for real, and really get to see who can run and who can't. Because they got a bunch of young guys, but they also got some vets on the team. Who been there and then played in the playoff games, but it's a couple young guys on the team who I think really can do something.
I completely agree with Dill. I think we got a good mix of young guys and old, because like I like guys like Gigi Jackson, and I really like guys like Jalen Wells. Like guys got hurt. I feel like people lost.
I'm a Zach 80 guy, bro. I love Zach 80, bro.
I don't really like
Zach 80, bro.
I don't like how we did our coach. I think that was kind of weak. Even if he lost the locker room, you gotta wait. Like it's a way to do things. Like that's how losing organizations operate. I get we are a losing organization. Like you got to start somewhere. Like you got to kind of act a certain way. Like, I don't know why we fired our coach.
We're not a losing organization no more. So you can't even. They don't even get that excuse.
Yeah,
but I feel what you're saying. I don't think firing him. I think they fired him at the wrong time.
Facts.
But if you lost the locker room, and honestly, which I'm assuming how they felt is they had a chance to compete with OKC, and I don't think they would have won. I thought it was gonna go to 6. I think the teams just matched up well. Personally, we saw Ja get hurt at home up huge, but with that being said, like firing him wasn't the craziest thing to do. It was just kind of a time with a respect thing.
Yeah.
Like, but if you lost the locker room, I mean, that's the number one no you can't do as a head coach. So
I just feel like, dang, like you gonna fire him right before the playoffs though? Like you couldn't have waited, like wait for him to lose and then.
I feel like they definitely should have gave him to the end of the year because I feel like the same thing happened with Mike Malone and they handled it the same way. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not there. I don't really know what be going down in the front office.
I feel like with Bane, they're acquiring something because they probably think they're in contention now. I feel like they're trying to get into a win now situation. Orlando.
They got everything they needed. They needed shooting.
They got the weapons with Franz, Pop, and Paulo. They just really need to stretch the floor. They trying to get.
And they got that for sure. He got a burn on him.
Who's gonna be that point guard?
Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so you said they got everything they need to like compete for a title right now?
No. They got a really important piece to why they were not competing because they couldn't shoot.
They could most definitely compete now in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
like they need to compete in the playoffs. I was just thinking about
especially in the East.
What are they in the playoffs already?
They jump in the mix with teams like Detroit. I think off a rip because I think with Desmond Bane, they is just as good as Detroit, if not better.
They weren't already as good as Detroit.
I thought they were already as good.
They were already good as Detroit.
I don't think that they were
back-to-back years. They just played Boston this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they were always first round exit teams. Like they were going to be good enough to make it and then lose to the.
Didn't they play the Cavs the year before?
Detroit the first round exit?
They played the Knicks, who should have made the finals but didn't.
The Magic played Boston.
Magic played Boston.
Yeah, true. But I feel like the Detroit would like handily like route the Magic quick like last year.
I don't think they would.
I think they would have beat them in like 5 games, probably.
5 is crazy.
The Pistons?
The Pistons?
Beating the Magic?
Yes.
They match up pretty well.
Yeah, that's a bad take.
I think that they match up well, but I feel like
Magic got some people that can defend.
They actually, I ain't gonna lie, y'all actually match up pretty horribly.
I think K.
They're way bigger. They're way bigger.
Shane, you know how many defenders they got to throw at K?
They do, but I feel like we have like more experience too. Even with guys like Reggie Jackson.
Who got more experience?
They've been in the playoff back-to-back years.
I'm saying the players on our team, like you got guys like Reggie Jackson, you got guys like Malik Beasley. They don't play for
experience. Reggie Jackson got.
He been on like the Thunder.
Reggie Jackson got experience.
Well, like
Malik Beasley do too. Beasley do too. They didn't play like all the Magic players have been on the Magic for a minute.
Besides, like they got championship pedigree or something.
But I'm saying that they've been around teams who done won. Malik Beasley was on I think the Timberwolves. They ain't won, but I know he was on the. Wasn't he on the?
He was on the Bucks. He was on the Bucks.
They won. So I'm like, you got
Jackson.
Oh no, he was on the Timberwolves still.
Oh, Reggie Jackson was on Denver the year they won the chip. Okay,
like they got, but I think Detroit was tougher than them too, and I think that matters a lot. I don't see the Magic getting a game in Detroit against the Pistons for real.
Do y'all think y'all gonna beat them in Orlando? Do you think they would beat them in Orlando?
I think we would have a better chance of beating the Magic in Orlando than they would in Detroit.
And you said y'all match up well. Who do y'all have to guard Paulo?
Asar.
He's too little.
Asar.
Paulo,
no one's guarding. No one's guarding.
That's barbecue chicken.
All you gotta do is slow him down.
30 balls. That's all that is.
All you gotta do is slow him down. And if Paolo
NBA player,
if Paolo get 30. I don't see nobody else on their team really.
I guarantee you, Franz is gonna be fun. I have 22 on the back.
I don't even like Franz.
I don't think so.
Who's sticking Franz?
Shane.
Somebody.
Exactly. Franz, and when they add, okay, so
Paulo is averaging.
That's why I feel like Dame is a good piece for this team.
He was, but I feel like
on the Celtics.
Granted, J-Mo, hold on, J-Mo. We gotta say everything with a grain of salt. He was averaging 30 off 30 shots, okay?
Hold on.
He'll put up 30 shots.
I'm gonna give you his shoot percentage.
I remember because we talked about this. He was not no efficient dude.
He was shooting 44% from 3.
He was shooting that jump from 3. But what about from the field in total?
43.
That ain't bad.
That just mean he getting them
He
up.
had some bad. Hey, am I tripping, J-Mo? He had some bad
That
games.
just mean he getting them up.
He had a bad
Like 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like, bro,
Magic
game one, he had 19, then 31, 29, 32, 36.
Yeah, he was. Paulo was hooping. He was getting 30.
The Magic gonna get better.
But I think that's besides the point, though. Like, what does everybody else have to say about the Bane trade in specific?
It confused me personally.
From what team
How
standard?
did it
Just in
For
general.
both teams.
Okay, elaborate.
Because I'm like, the Grizzlies, like, what are you trying to do? You
Got
got off. They got off, like, with the picks and stuff. I understand that. I don't know why the Magic did that. But, like, what are you going to do with Cole Anthony and KCP? They got
I don't think they play a game.
not like a good ball player for a certain team.
J-Mo, I really don't think they play a game on the Grizzlies. I don't think they play.
You think they traded them just to move them?
Cole Anthony might not. KCP.
I think KCP gonna play.
KCP is in the street to stay.
KCP definitely could play, but Cole Anthony, I do feel like
he's not seeing the court.
with the picks that we got and already the back that we got. I don't.
We already got Scottie Pippen Jr. We don't.
I don't say y'all got Josh, Scotty, Jalen Wells,
but we know Cole Anthony going. We drafted
y'all have so many guards. I'm like,
we drafted guards.
We drafted 2 guards.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it confused me what they doing. I don't understand.
I think they trying to make a splash trade to put them in a win now spot before you have to start giving out these max contracts. Devin
Booker.
Who's the guy?
Also, J-Mo.
You think we can land deeper?
Devin Booker.
J-Mo, we also had to get off of Desmond Bain because they want to extend Jaren. And we couldn't extend all 3. We couldn't have.
And the NBA now doesn't allow for 3 max contracts on the same team. It's impossible.
Shout out CJ McCollum.
And then with the Magic, why are you giving up all of this for Desmond Bain?
Yeah,
they need a shooting that bad.
But that's the thing, though. That goes to what I was saying about Houston. When you a team giving up a lot of loot to go get a player, you got to really sit back and think, does this make me a championship contender? And if I'm Orlando, I'm going to be real with myself, and I'm going to say no. But Boston is also hurt. So, honestly, there's no team in the NBA in the East that right now is like, if I go out there and play my best basketball this series, I can't beat them. So, I mean, so you kind of got to see.
The East really wide open, bro.
It's the Knicks, Pistons. It's the Knicks, Pistons, Cavs, and Magic right now.
Huh?
Jockey for position.
What'd you say?
It's the Knicks, Pistons, Cavs, and Magic.
We can't put the Pistons and the Magic in that conversation. I said the Magic and the Pistons. I'm throwing Milwaukee in there. I say Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, I
New York and Indiana.
Nah, not Miami.
Miami not gonna win. Bam gonna win.
Let's not forget about the Atlanta Hawks.
You said the who?
The Atlanta Hawks.
No,
Atlanta Hawks.
They gonna be in the play.
Wait, they just made some moves. Who
I ain't gonna lie. Wait, hold on. We gotta hold up on that. Hey, we gotta hold. We getting ahead of ourselves.
Hold on, because we can talk about it. We can talk about
exactly. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Since we talked about the East, we could talk about how the Boston, Atlanta, and the Nets have agreed to a trade.
Okay.
The Hawks, they traded away. Or who did they trade? Oh, they traded away Georges Niang. Is what?
Oh, by the way,
winning this
the highest winning
who?
Georges Niang.
Georges Niang, Dylan.
Georges Niang.
Who?
Dylan, you gotta acknowledge him.
Who is Georges Niang?
He can shoot the peel off the ball. Don't do that.
Georges Niang not that bad.
Really? Hey, but Tyson, finish with the details. My fault.
We can talk about how the Celtics also traded away Drew Holiday to the Trailblazers. The Celtics received Anthony Simons, 2 second-round picks. The Blazers received Drew Holiday. And on that last trade, it was the Celtics, the Hawks, and the Nets in a 3-way trade. Hawks got Kristaps Porzingis in the second-round pick. Celtics got Georges Niang in the second round pick, and the Nets received Terrence Mann in the number 22 pick, which was a dude from Georgetown, I'm pretty sure. From the draft.
Folks drafted 5 guards.
That was tough.
They were tripping.
They were small ball.
And still gotta pay Cam Thomas, bro.
Really, I hope they trade, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
They gonna trade Claxton before they trade Cam Thomas, and they trade Cam Johnson.
Trade him to us.
Sure, I'll take Cam Johnson.
Yeah, they trying to get Nick Claxton out of it.
With them trades, let's talk about them real quick. So,
and Drew Holiday don't want to be in Portland.
I mean,
they're not gonna let him ride. They're not gonna let him sit in jail. He's not sitting in jail that long, but he
gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, he too valuable. The same thing happened when when Boston got him. But I think we gonna see. I think the Porzingis and Holiday trades. There were 2 examples of like what the new tax is doing to the NBA, and how teams they prevented you from having. If you gonna make a super team, you're not gonna have them for more than 2 seasons for real at this point.
Or you gotta draft them.
And that's exactly why I think guys like Chet is gonna leave. That's why Grizzlies had to get rid of Bane and so on and so on.
But also with the Tatum injury, they're trying to really just free up because they're really not. They're gonna try to win, but they really, with Tatum being out,
it was gonna be hard for them to keep him anyway. Somebody was gonna have to go. I think they was like $530 million.
They got Luke Cornett in their starting lineup. I don't think they win in too many games.
No, they're not. I'm just talking about even if he didn't get hurt, they wasn't gonna keep both of them. Somebody was leaving at a Brown, White, Porzingis and Holiday. But how y'all feel about like because we know True Holiday going to the Pacers. I mean the Trailblazers don't really matter because he's gonna probably get off of them again. How we feel about Kristaps going to Atlanta? Like, what is that?
Speaking about Kristaps, me and Devin was talking earlier about this, bro.
Okay.
And I was like, Trae Young has been a top 10 guard in the NBA for the last 2 to 3 years.
Except his rookie year.
He's really consistent at what he does. He's great at passing the ball. He's a good scorer. He gets to the free throw line. The only thing he's missing was some help. And I think Kristaps is gonna help him a lot because I think Kristaps is gonna be the best teammate he didn't have like ever. So
it's pretty bad.
The best player he didn't play with is DeAndre Hunter.
It was DeJounte Murray.
That's exactly what I told Dylan.
I forgot about him. DeJounte.
They just weren't a good fit. But continue.
I think Trae Young and them. I think they building something for sure. I think they getting him the pieces to succeed. I think he'll be good. I think he really gonna show how good he really is because people underrate him a lot. In my opinion,
they do.
I can see them making some type of run. Most definitely being better than last year because they got some length now. With
they definitely gonna be in the play-in or the playoffs for sure.
They gonna be
every time. They can most definitely make it to the playoffs.
You said what, Gemma?
They're gonna go from 41 games to 45.
That's a winning record.
They're not gonna get that much better.
That's a winning record. 45 and 37 in the East get you a top 5 seed.
J-Mo, I thought the same thing, but low key, like Bill kind of is right. Like Kristaps will, like he not as good as like people may make him out.
He's not.
But
I do think that he is a good vet now. He is a good vet.
Yeah. Because you still got.
If I'm new.
You still got Daniels.
I'm training. You still got.
You got Jalen Johnson. You got Jalen Johnson coming back.
I would try to get Al Horford before Kristaps because you could get another piece with Al.
What you mean?
Why?
But Al Horford is like a.
What does that do for you?
This Trae Young is a pick and roll guy, right? Kristaps and Al Horford both work in the pick and roll. But what you getting with Al Horford? That's a year.
Al Horford can't move.
You gonna get Al Horford, and I guarantee they can get somebody else if they try to trade Al Horford. Like if they asking for Al Horford,
they can still get other people though.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about like I'm just not that high on Kristaps.
And they got little ricochet. And he's supposed to get better.
That's what I said.
They got a squad.
They got weapons.
Jalen Johnson coming back.
On me. Jalen Johnson is the reason.
Dyson Daniels for to have. I think Dyson Daniels for to have a breakout.
Got that Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, that screen.
They still got Onyeka Okongwu. He a young big.
They do got Onyeka Okongwu still.
We don't even know if Okongwu and Kristaps won't be in the same starting five. That could easily.
They might throw him at the 4th.
And they still got to get off Capella unless he a free agent.
I think he might be a free agent.
They can just run a Washington. They can run a Washington Bullets lineup.
No, but for real though, like Kristaps is a great fit with Jalen Johnson because Jalen Johnson played that same dunker spot lob threat.
Aaron Gordon.
Nah, he better than Aaron Gordon. He
is better than Aaron Gordon, but they play a similar role.
He's doing what John Collins was doing, kind of playing that.
Yeah.
His main pick and roll man for sure. And he can honestly generate his own little shot in the mid range a little bit, but he just an
down the open 3 too.
On me, playing with a dude like Kristaps. Yeah, they got some months for sure.
Bro, I'm telling you, they
definitely got better.
If they on the court defensive with arms all wide, Trae Young, the only guy that can just play around on defense, but he gonna have help behind him.
They really helping him because everybody can defend.
Yeah,
man.
It's just like, is he gonna play?
Yeah, he gotta stay healthy. He gotta stay healthy.
I'm like, that's all I need to see. Is he?
That's
always gonna be a factor.
J-Mo, he got an incentive to stay healthy. I feel like when you always coming up hurt on the ass team, you ain't got no reason to like try to stay healthy. Like same with Zion on the Pelicans, but
how we feel about Anthony Simons going to Boston? Is that really helping them out, or are they just really in rebuild mode?
I don't want to see him in a Celtics jersey. He need to get traded.
I think.
What number would he wear?
I don't know.
72.
It just looks nasty.
He gonna wear like 44. Like it's just gonna be an ugly number.
Simon shouldn't play in Boston. I think they should lose him.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Trading for Simons, even though it was to unload contracts and to get something back, I think it hurts him. We don't see a scoring guard try to play in Boston before, and that did not work out with Kemba. I don't think that. Yeah, like you laughing, but like we know that's real, bro. Kemba wasn't doing jack squat in Boston. I think.
I thought you were saying Isaiah Thomas or something.
I thought you were gonna say Kyrie.
I ain't gonna say Kyrie because that was so early at the beginning of Brown.
This helped DeMar Point. That's like a long list of guards, low key.
That was at the beginning of Brown and Tatum career. They different players now, so but I still think Kemba was the most recent one. You saw a scoring league guard try to play with them. That is not gonna work. Because Anthony Simons ain't no killer off the ball for real. But we do see Simons was able to get his alongside Dame when he was in Portland, but it was a total difference between who he became and who he was when Dame was on the court. So I think that's a big thing.
But I feel like with Tatum being gone, my fault, J-Mo. I feel like with Tatum being gone, he can be that kind of guy that can put up, especially the mid range. But with him being the trade for Holiday, it really takes away, that Boston defense because Simons really isn't the best defender. Holiday, he's a great defender. You're not gonna get too many defenders like Holiday, and with Tatum being injured, that Boston lineup, I don't know how it's really gonna look with that. Defensively,
you still got some goons on D though. You got Brown and White.
I thought
Stop Derek. I love Derek. I'm a Derek White guy, bro.
But a scoring guard will work with the Celtics, if we're being honest.
It's gonna work this year.
What is Payton? They hoop when he's on the court.
This might be crazy.
Payton Pritchard is a scoring guard. He is 6 foot.
But Payton Pritchard is a killer off the ball.
He's a 2 guard. Also, he's not a point guard.
Like he's still a scoring.
He a killer off the rock though.
Wait,
Simon's a good shooter, but he nowhere near Payton Pritchard when it comes to knocking down the tray ball.
This might sound crazy, but so y'all don't think the Celtics should try to well, I guess they can they probably will make the playoffs, but I don't think that they should try to not really play good.
No, they should try to play good.
Because I don't think they're gonna win a ring. They can try to get a lottery pick and get a lot better.
Jason Tatum is going.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Back like Mark.
Let's ask this question, Shane. He tore his Achilles, right? Dude gonna take the whole year off, most likely.
Yeah, he is.
So let's think about it. What does a lottery pick do for the Boston Celtics?
Nothing.
I think. Let's say this, DJ.
So what's the point of sitting there being bad for no reason?
Let's say they tank. They just play bad because they know. Because a team that I know that has did this before was the Spurs when David Robinson got hurt. They tanked and was bad on purpose and got Tim Duncan. The Celtics could play bad on purpose and get AJ DeBinster. I don't know how much is good.
Why would you tank when you got like dudes like Jaylen Brown, Derek?
And what does AJ DeBinster do for Boston if they come back with Tatum?
You don't think AJ
Why would you add
they get Cam
Boozer.
Yeah, they could get Cam Boozer. You can get anybody. I'm saying
Cam Boozer would do
AJ
something.
DeBinster. You can get anybody.
So you saying Boston got to get a top 3 pick?
I'm just saying that
it won't be that bad.
That's my point.
It ain't even guaranteed that they get the top 3.
Yeah,
they'll get that.
So what would be the point of being?
It was really more so of just like a what if question. But I think that it would just be like the worst move. I can understand.
They got a higher chance.
I see what you're saying.
Brown for the pick.
You saying like, do you feel like this? The Celtics like should really try to win? I feel like yes, they should. Try.
I think that
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
I think they got a better chance. Of winning. But where did they go? I think they got a better chance of winning the championship than they do tanking and getting the first pick.
You do. Right. I disagree.
I don't know. I think the odds kind of equal.
I think it's higher for them to get the number 1 pick than them winning anything.
They tank to get the first pick. You know how bad they would have to play.
Clearly, something has changed.
Dylan, the Mavs got the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Dylan, the only reason why I say that, Dylan, you know the NBA like to keep the rich getting richer and the bad stay bad. I would not be surprised if they made it to the lottery. They gonna end up with like a top 3 pick. It's the NBA we talk about.
They gonna crucify Adam Silver.
It's kind of rigged. Well,
you can't crucify that, bro.
You can't do Adam Silver bad for a couple of reasons.
Yeah, we gotta bring his good side.
Hey, what is this DJ doing, bro?
Wait,
as we get to tomorrow, we're gonna move on to the New Orleans.
I'm back, bro. I'm back. I had some technical difficulties.
Back with us. Back with us.
Bro. Can you even see him, Dylan?
No, bro. So if you can't see me,
bro.
Nah, it's cool though, because
can you hear me tomorrow though?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We gonna keep going.
There you go.
Hey, DJ, check your phone.
We're gonna keep moving on. We're gonna talk about the Pelicans and the Washington Wizards trade.
Purgatory.
As the Washington Wizards receive CJ McCollum,
Alcatraz,
future second-round pick, and the Pelicans receive Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the number 40th overall pick, Michael P.
It's kind of like the USA and Russia swapping spies and terrorists.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
I ain't gonna lie for Poole. I ain't gonna fake it. I feel like the Pelicans made a good move getting him. The Pelicans are also very confusing to me because the whole time I thought they was finna start trying to go into a rebuild. I've been lost. I ain't gonna lie.
They got a squad, bro.
They sat here and traded for Poole. They sat here and traded for Poole. I think we do see with DeJounte being hurt, they needed a lead guard. I just don't see Poole panning out with them on that team unless Zion is healthy. I feel like with a healthy Zion, Poole could be a lead guard, but
I actually feel like the Pelicans I mean, I think the Pelicans definitely get better with it because you got Poole, you got Trey Murphy, who I like.
We saw blossom this year for sure.
You got Zion. Like they actually got some.
They got Yves Masih, Herb Jones.
They got Messi.
They got Fears now. But the thing is,
Fears. I forgot about
Queen. They got Queen too, right?
Yeah, they got Queen.
The Pelicans gonna be a little bit underrated.
They got a bunch of good players, but how do they fit together?
They don't.
I feel like you can find a way.
Fit.
We said the same thing about KD on the Warriors. Like I ain't saying this.
Who said that about KD?
Wait, Poole to the Pelicans.
KD to the Warriors.
I'm talking about Messi. That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's top. Hey, that's top.
Hey, J-Mo, just so you know, I'm clipping that, by the way.
Clip that.
Oh, yeah, I'm clipping
it's
that.
It's the same thing. Like, they going to work together, bro. I can see it. And then they just got too many dogs.
How do you think
what lineup is
together? Yeah, what's they starting five?
I'm say with DeJounte Murray being healthy, who do you think?
Well, he hurt. He tore his Achilles, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm saying like with him being healthy though.
So you will go Poole.
Oh, okay. If he healthy, healthy.
So with him,
yeah.
Hold on, let me.
You go Herb at the 3.
I think Poole should be a 6-man.
That's what I
think.
Who's gonna start? Jose? I think Jose.
No. He talking about with Murray healthy.
Jose is gonna start.
No,
that's what I'm asking you.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Somebody said something about Jose Alvarado.
It's Fears starting for sure.
We talking about with a healthy DeJounte. A healthy DeJounte with Fears on the court is not going to be a pretty duo.
Oh, we talking about with DeJounte. Okay.
He talking about if DeJounte was healthy.
Okay. They got Bruce Brown too.
I mean, Bruce Brown had a couple good seasons with
They
put Bruce Brown on the Pacers, and he forgot how to play basketball.
He bagged old girl.
Who?
So I mean, for whatever that's worth, Lana Rose.
He did.
That's all I know about Bruce.
Hey.
Oh, you got to charge that.
Charge it to the game, G.
He charged that.
Yeah, G.
Y'all think Fury's gonna start?
Nah.
No,
that's the thing, though. Can Jordan Poole be a lead guard and facilitate an offense?
That's why what is the lineup that we're doing here?
I think he can. He did
facilitate.
He did it with the Warriors on the bench. I think he
could. But on the bench is different than a starting five, though, game.
He might
think about it.
With this situation, he was coming off the bench to score the ball most of the time.
With this situation in Washington, I felt like it was either him scoring or it was no one scoring. So like on the Pelicans though, he got Zion, he got Trey Murphy to take off the load, he got Herb Jones, to make shots when need be.
Okay.
Dev, I feel like that would be a reason for him to come off the bench to offset that.
On me, because Dev, you know what JP do best? JP hoop best when he knows he's the guy. How does JP? So let's say hypothetically they did start JP. How's Zion gonna rock with JP putting up all these shots?
You right.
If your guard is averaging 22 and like 5 assists, he gonna let him rock.
JP not averaging 22 and 5 on that team.
On good shooting splits, definitely.
I think Trey Murphy is gonna be they perimeter scorer.
He should be they lead scorer. Him and Zion.
I think he's gonna be their first option this year.
I got scared. I said, "What happened to Zion?"
He should be one of they like top because we don't know if Zion gonna play or if he gonna get a McDouble. But like, I do feel like I think
I need Zion to play 60 games, man.
That's good. That's great.
Hey, Tyson, punch your lottery ticket.
Hey, that's great.
Punch your lottery ticket.
We can play 60 games and we can see how the Pelicans really moving. We can see like what the Pelicans because they got him.
So let's say he plays 60. Tyson, Poole not starting for you, right?
No, I want Poole to come off the bench to be the spark player for my team.
I think Poole and Derek Queen off the bench is a great bench.
Wait, no, because
that would be really good.
Yeah, I would take Derek. I would put Fears on the bench, so I can't have Fears starting.
Derek Queen,
Jose Alvarado could start, and then if y'all want to put,
he could, I guess.
Grand Theft Alvarado is not starting on nobody's team.
I think opening day they got to roll out with. What they got to roll out with opening day should be. I think it should be Fears, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion, and Yees.
So you think Fears started from day one?
I think Fears should start from day one. Just because Fears can be a lead guard. He does not have a jump shot like that, but Fears is a good facilitator. His only problem, he averaged a lot of turnovers.
Where was he drafted? Like
7. He was 7.
He's 7.
I could see them being like, yeah, I mean, we ain't drafted him at 7 for no reason.
Yeah, he can't shoot the ball though.
Yeah, because Devin, you want to play at Oklahoma a decent amount. I feel like he can play with them boys.
Yeah, he can, but he can't shoot the ball.
Yeah, he can't shoot. That's the problem. That would be the one reason JP would start.
Yeah,
you know, Zion play at the block. He don't move nowhere else but the block.
He don't need to. He 300 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. That's a whole lot of non-shooters, two non-shooters on the court. You're gonna have to have a big.
Yeah, but they got a sniper.
I'm sure can't shoot.
They got a sniper that you got to guard.
He's Missy shoot a 3 in the game. Ain't the same. Plus your lottery ticket. For real. No.
Bill, I think that they would get
if Zion or Trey Murphy is the primary ball handler, Jordan Poole can definitely start.
Yes.
Because Zion, they get him going, they gonna have to spread out. They gonna have to guard Trey and JP. So if Zion get going, it's over.
If Zion, the other thing about him, for him to be the main ball handler, which I think Zion capable of, because I think he's an underrated facilitator. Your offense is got to be ran through him. So then the only thing is, how does Jordan Poole do with playing off the? Like, he got to get back used to playing off the ball. He can't be on what he was on in Washington.
With him. But if we being real, his best year was playing off the ball. But
the thing about when he was in Golden State, he ran more minutes off the floor with Steph than he did on the floor with Steph.
That's true.
And JP was in there getting buckets because JP was the second best scorer on their team. So when Steph was hit, JP coming in, he ready.
And if you notice, when Clay came back, Jordan Poole didn't play as good. Like, Jordan Poole kind of was better when he could take more shots anyway. Yeah. But once, like, another guy come in taking more shots and making more shots because he's more efficient, it ain't really no reason for Poole to play over them like that.
And that's kind of unfortunate for Jordan Poole. That's why it's unfortunate for him.
And I'm a JP fan. I'm a JP guy.
And also bringing in Poole after the year, even though you know this dude hooped because other people were really hurt. The Pelicans were ridden with injuries. But bringing in Poole, when you got a guy like Trey Murphy coming off the best year of his career, that's going to stunt his growth. That is definitely going to stunt Trey Murphy's growth. And because you just paid him that money and signed him to an extension, he's clearly a part of your future. So I feel like a guy like JP coming in, taking more shots, because JP never gonna shoot a little amount of shots. Him coming in shooting a decent amount of shots gonna for sure take away from Trey Murphy getting his. While he still will be the same and get better, you hurting him from developing his game even more and continuing to get better. Because we saw a huge jump this year.
That's true. That's true.
Because he was getting them up this year. I think he gonna get them up again next year. I don't think JP gonna get
them up.
Yeah, not at the same rate though.
But if JP starting, he not getting up that many shots. I'm not even talking about the same rate. I'm talking about like I would not be surprised if it was a somewhat not too significant to where it was like, bro, what are we doing? But significant enough to where it's noticeable decline because Zion is going to come in getting his. He's just super efficient. So it's gonna be shots there to take. I think those are his shots. But how many of those shots are you gonna get?
Yeah.
But like, listen to this.
Yeah.
Everybody on the Pelicans, besides Jordan Poole, Trey Murphy, and Zion, play off the ball. So if it's just them three scoring, it's just gonna be them three scoring, and then other people gonna get like.
What about your 2 first-round picks that you just got? They don't play off the ball. Derek Queen has the ball in his hands when he scores a lot, and then the same with Fears.
He ain't gonna play.
Fears runs the offense, so he's gonna have the ball.
Yeah. Fears got
Derek Queen is not playing like that.
Yeah, I think Derek Queen gonna develop. Like the reason why you draft a guy like Queen, he has the skill set, which is like he's able to do things when he has the ball. But they gonna teach him how to play like the little 4 role, like setting screens.
The only reason why I brought him up is because y'all mentioned him being a key piece on why their roster was like exciting to y'all. So
he's a young guy
I feel like once Queen shows promise, they'll let him get into more stuff because I feel like he's gonna probably prove the organization wrong a little bit. Not even
he's not coming in.
He's not gonna come in and start it, but off the bench, I expect him to be a pivotal piece of that bench and get his. Because that's one thing he do. Yeah. He do got a very nice skill set for a big man. He can handle the ball. Right. He can get his own shot at the middle. Yes, I said he can handle the ball.
They're gonna have to interpret him in the lineup. So
yeah, for sure.
He gonna be touching the ball. So as what DeMar was saying, Derek Queen, I feel like Derek Queen is gonna be touching the ball. So those guys like Zion, JP, and who you say Trey Murphy, it's probably not gonna be as much shots getting put up because guys like Derek Queen and Fear's gonna be
Fear's gonna get his too because Fear's even though he can shoot that well, Fear's
they learn how to share the wealth though in an efficient manner. I think they'll be.
That'll make them a better team.
I think Zion knows how to share the wealth. Zion is.
Zion is a very underrated facilitator.
Yeah, Zion knows well. My question would be the question mark is JP. What JP we gonna get?
That's true.
I think you get Warriors JP. He knew the Wizards wasn't
I
going.
feel like since he's going to this team, he knows he's gonna have to fill that role where he has to play off the ball. He has to learn how to do that again. So if he want to win,
at least he has.
But Tyson, some folks be out here just wanting to hoop.
And if we get,
that's what I was gonna say, man. Like I don't know, he growing.
You gotta think about it. If you was playing in Washington too, what would you go out there?
That's what I'm saying. Like at least
you ain't got no will to win.
He has hope this year. He hasn't had hope since he played on the Warriors. So like,
if we get Wizards JP, they just gonna be like the same Pelicans. Like we always talk about, like dang, like we thought they was gonna be better.
But with that being said about JP on the Warriors, it might sound we will never know, but we just know about what we know that went on in that locker room for what was released to the media before he got into that fight. He was starting to become into that player we saw in Washington. He was feeling himself.
Low key, he was.
We saw that. So I think while yes, he knows how to do it, I don't think we sit there and see him go back to that form because he going into a bunch of guys that ain't ever won nothing. He has won a championship, was a pivotal piece on that championship team. He going to playing with a bunch of losers when it comes to the NBA.
Would it be crazy to say JP would be like a leader on that team?
Yeah, I don't think he's a leader type of guy.
I'm about to say we don't even know what type of guy he is. I don't know if he's a leader type.
I just know he was a leader on the Wizards for whatever that's worth.
Nah, he wasn't though. That was the problem.
Well, no, he was though. He did. He took a leadership role. They were just bad.
He had the leadership role, but management had a big problem with the way he was leading them young guys.
Oh, yeah, because he wasn't even paying attention to the huddle and stuff. He was
he was letting Kuz do all that bull he was doing. That terrorist.
Who's stopping Kuz though?
Nobody.
What's that? What's the Kuz?
Himself. He's self-guarded. Ain't nobody got to stop him.
He said, "Who's stopping Kuz?"
Himself.
Man.
He's a terrorist, bro.
But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. Like,
yeah, the Pelicans always interesting.
They just sent CJ to the Wizards, man. Y'all gonna see CJ right in Washington?
He ain't getting paid. He don't care.
His body, they gonna do him just like they did Middleton.
Solitary confinement.
Dude getting paid. He don't care.
They got a little retirement cooking.
On me, the Wizards is the jail of the NBA, bro.
Hey, Jacob, I'm with it though, bro. I'm with it.
Bodies go to the Wizards to die. Tyus Jones went to the Wizards and got traded to the Suns and forgot how to hoop.
Yeah, I forgot about Tyus Jones.
Why? Because he went to Washington.
They'll be
NBA jail, bro.
They'll be all right.
They got Chris Middleton.
That's why they sent it.
Oh, they got Kobe? Bean? hey. Y'all can sleep all y'all want to.
Then he dropped 0 in the game, like not 200.
Chill on, Chris.
That's why he got traded.
chill on.
I think he did that a couple times.
Bro, he on the Wizards, bro. Nobody knows. He could have dropped 100 points. Nobody would.
One time I checked the box score. He had 6 points off 13 shots. I closed that out. I wasn't really messing with that no more.
Hey, Tabby, what's that?
Oh, that's a first.
All right, so we're gonna move on to some little contract stuff. Kyrie signing a 3-year, $119 million extension with the Dallas Mavericks. He also declined his $43 million player option next season. How we feeling about that? The Mavs making a couple moves.
I think it was expected.
That's exactly what I expected to happen.
Man.
Oh, you not messing with it?
It's Kyrie at the end of the day, but
what that mean?
I feel like Kyrie trying to say,
like after that big of an injury.
Kyrie tore his Achilles. We only seen one person besides Kobe. We seen one person shake back from an Achilles injury, and that's KD. The way Kyrie plays, he plays side to side. Like, he's going to be bending his feet a lot. Like, I don't know how I really feel about that. Like, it's a risk for sure.
It is a risk.
We aren't going to act like –
But I feel like for the Mavericks, him being on the Mavericks, even if he do come back from injury and he not the same player he was, they got a lot of niggas to pick him up.
True.
They got a lot of players to pick up the slack. They just got Coop. They got AD. They got PJ Washington.
Okay. The only thing is, but that's a lot of slack to pick up. And with
That is
that
a lot
being
of
said,
slack.
while they have
But I feel like Kyrie,
hold
hold on, Kyrie can still be Kyrie though. Like
on me,
Yeah, like Kyrie
He
can
can play off the ball.
Yeah.
he's not gonna be washed.
Like
I'm
Kyrie
saying.
can do anything, bro. It's just
Kyrie,
like
we're not gonna act like he's just gonna be out here and be no scrub, bro.
no.
He's
We
still gonna
seen
get
Kyrie
hit.
I think we seen Kyrie at every situation you can be on at like a combo guard on a basketball team. Like he been on.
He's
like,
Kyrie just a basketball player, but he's
I'm
gonna
gonna say
get
Kyrie
his
cold.
wherever he at.
He just
And
going to
do it
play.
within the system of the offense. He can play off the ball, on the ball. I think we're gonna see him play a lot more off the ball, which leads to my boy doing a lot of the facilitating. I think Cooper Flag gonna be out there doing big things, bro.
really?
How we feeling about it?
We think a lot of Flag doing what he did at Duke and really manning that unit a lot when it comes to the ball handling and stuff. Because he is an underrated facilitator. He can get
I think Cooper Flag a general on the court, bro. Like watching him play, I like his game a lot.
A general might be a little bit too much glaze.
I think he could be a general though.
He
Like,
could
it comes to generals, cuz it's not fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the experience, of course, with time, he gonna get better at the game. He gonna learn the ins and outs. LeBron his mentor, bro. LeBron is his mentor.
Especially like playing with Kyrie and AD, he most definitely gonna learn the ins and outs about.
He's standing by LeBron.
He gonna learn the whole level of the game.
He's got a basketball fanatic on his team with Kyrie.
He gonna learn the whole 3 level of the game for sure.
Yeah, I think because in Tyson, the thing is he already proven he's a good scorer at all 3 levels. He can shoot the 3. We talking about somebody in college that averaged 28 and 4, getting 2 steals and 2 blocks a game almost on average. Like he gonna get his for sure.
And I was gonna say, dude,
his shooting split's not bad either.
They great.
He defensively sound. Like he gonna get better at defense, probably being around the Mavericks. I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, what you think, Dad?
Sorry,
he pondering for sure.
Nah, because I know you watch the most college hoops out of all of them. I know me and you watch a lot of college hoops. Like, what you think? Just watching from him, like you think he could man that unit with Kyrie being hurt?
No, I think he could, bro, and I feel like we saw that a lot in the tournament. Like there was a lot of times where they went away from Tyrese Proctor handling the ball to him handling the ball, bringing up the court, and then say he get off the ball, then he'll go post up. I feel like he brings all the stuff you want for the Mavs to have, especially with them. I mean, not moving on from Kyrie, but like kind of getting ready for him to be gone because I mean he just like J-Mo brought up like that Achilles injury, like that's a big injury.
He a part of the near future, but not the long future.
Yeah,
he a part of this championship window that they got clearly because they gave him 3 years, 119. But like,
I was going to say, speaking of that, like with the championship window, do we see the Mavs like making how far do we see them going in like the playoffs?
I wouldn't say the first
I
year.
still feel like they can make another run.
I wouldn't say the first year, but the second and the third, I think they could definitely.
A fully healthy Kyrie Irving for sure. Second year with Cooper Flag, they can most definitely get it.
Yeah, I think they could.
Only thing is, dude,
so
all those pieces gonna still be there after this season?
Yes, PJ Washington gonna be there. Daniel Gafford gonna be there.
Are you gonna have that 3 big men with Lively, AD, and Gafford?
Lively contract expire after this season?
Is Clay still gonna be there? Is Clay still gonna
be?
I don't think Clay will be there. I don't think
really.
Clay still gonna be able to get his.
I think you can pick up a guy to like replace and pick up where Clay left off, even though he like a legend.
Yeah, no,
Clay gonna fall off. I think a little bit more. Like
we saw him fall off already a little bit.
He will. He
didn't fell off all the way. He has his games here and there.
He's also playing with a lot of winners. He's playing with guys that have won championships. Kyrie's won chips. AD won chips. Clay won chips. I think
Kyrie won a chip. Kyrie won a chip. He won a chip.
Yeah, I said all them. I said AD and Kyrie won a chip and Clay won multiple. But them folks going in there playing with Flag, playing and being around winners is going to help him a lot. And the thing is, he don't got a real ego. And from what we've been able to see, and number 2, he know how to play with talent. He played with talent like his whole career.
That's
what
y'all
saying Cooper Flag is generational?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you disagree?
No, I think he is. I just wanted to hear what everybody else was thinking.
I just feel like since he a 2-way, he gonna be generational.
I think he's generational.
Everything that he provides on the defensive end and offensive end, like he can shoot, he can pass, he can rebound, he can protect the rim, he can play, he can switch. out on guard sometimes. Like
I think he's generational simply due to the fact that Cuz was NBA ready at the age of 17.
that's true. That's true.
Like Cuz could have came and played on NBA rosters at the age of 17, and we saw. And this ain't no just like no. Oh, he could have played at 17.
No,
we saw him go give NBA folks crazy work, bro.
Like Drew Holiday is like a premier defender. He laid and AD.
We throw that generational work a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking.
I agree with you.
Generational was like because like when we had generational talent, like who do we talk about?
Okay, LeBron,
Wemby, and Bron.
Steph is not a generational
talent. When's the last time we saw a player? When's the last time since we've been alive? We've been alive around 20 years, 18. When the last time we seen somebody in high school that could play in the NBA right then?
Wemby was like the only, and even Wemby really could.
That's my point. So since we've been alive, our generation, since we've been alive, we seen one player in high school that could have played in the NBA.
People were throwing Zion in that conversation.
I'm about to say Zion.
Zion was in there. Wiggins was in there too.
Zion was big.
I seen a lot of people talk about Lonzo and LaMelo to me.
But the thing, nobody said Lonzo and LaMelo could play in the NBA when that was.
I think Zion wasn't NBA ready in high school. He was more athletic than everybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
He was
and Luka was 16. He won MVP in his league.
But we didn't even know about Luka.
Nobody knew about him, bro.
I'm just saying, like, is Luka generation?
The cutoff is.
Let me change the statement. To media cover individuals that were getting a bunch of media coverage because Luka was not getting no bunch of media coverage. We seen Wemby in the media, and to that point, with that being said, it might sound a little dumb because I'm basing it off the media. If you NBA ready in high school, the media gonna go find you. They got Wemby. They found Wemby. Luka, I don't think Luka was ready. Even though he was doing his work in the EuroLeague, I don't think he was no generational talent coming in because
there's a lot of Euro pros that are good in Euro and then come to pro and we don't really hear from them again.
Because it's two different games.
It is.
But I don't think we done seen anybody being able to like play since that high school level since Wemby, which I mean ain't that long ago, but like it's a bunch of like Coop just a dog, bro. And keep in mind, Cub reclassed up and still was the first pick.
And J-Mo, I would say it's more generational guys than Cooper Fly. I feel like Paolo was generational. I think Cade was. Like, it's a couple other guys. So I think Zion was.
Like, looking back at the time,
Zion wasn't.
Them just top of the class guys.
Them just top guys. I don't think they're
just top of the class guys.
Really?
Some gotta be special. Some gotta be special about you to be.
When I saw Paolo, like I saw
Cooper Flag could have been pro as a junior in high school, sophomore in high school. That's crazy.
True.
Sophomore, a little wicked.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Junior year, I don't know. 17, you either sophomore or junior.
Junior year for sure.
Junior year for sure. If I'm not mistaken, did he win a chip his junior year? There,
he did.
No.
Yeah.
His last year of Cooper could have been in the NBA.
His game is polished. It's so polished.
It really is.
It's so polished.
It's no weak spots. Nothing he really can't do.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's been too many folks like him since we've been alive. That's like been at that talent level at that young age, especially seeing the fact Cub was 17.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I ain't gonna. He is a dog though. What like with him being on the Mavs, especially with Kyrie being gone this first year, what like role do we see him like really taking on the Mavs? Because we know AD. I'm pretty sure Gafford's gonna still be in there.
I think he gonna have a bigger scoring role than what we expected for him to have in his
rookie gonna be bigger. So you think
before we knew that he was going to Dallas?
I want to say
you think he's gonna be like averaging more than when he was like.
I think Coop gonna get about with Kyrie being hurt, depending on if they bring in Chris Paul or not, like folks been saying. If they bring in Chris Paul, everything changes with what I'm finna say. But let's say no Chris Paul, just the roster they got right now. What do I see him getting? I see him getting 18, 8, and 5 at least.
I was about to say 18.
Like he could be pushing that 20 mark.
18, 8, and 5. That's pretty good.
I said at least. I said at least. I see 28 and 5.
So you think he's gonna be like the best rookie we have ever seen? Like we have ever
Yeah,
seen?
I'm gonna say because 18, 8, and 5 is really good for a rookie.
I mean, yeah,
I think we have ever seen.
I think the highest the highest a rookie's ever averaged is like 22. So like,
who did?
I feel like the highest a rookie has ever averaged his rookie season is like, I think it's 22 around that.
Jordan averaged like 30.
What?
Who did?
Who averaged 30?
Did Jordan not average 30?
No.
We can't start pushing the narratives, bro. People you can't do that, bro.
Anyway,
you know how fans,
yeah, I feel like he could be like an 18 to 20 points per game type of guy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's crazy.
Because we got to think though.
Hey, J-Mo not lying. Jordan averaged 28. He averaged 28.
In 1985?
He averaged.
Bad.
He averaged 28 on 50%.
But not we've been here though. Like not recently.
Yeah, not recently.
We ain't seen no rookie come in and go off like that.
Right.
And Jordan was in a completely different situation. The Bulls was weak. Like he didn't take on the side.
His team was butt.
But I feel like since Flag is, I feel like Flag gonna be playing around the 3, 4, maybe the 2 sometimes depending. But since he has like Gaffer,
he's kind of big to be a 2.
He can play.
He on the court with 2 other footers, bro.
On me,
You don't think an NBA guard making that nigga dance?
Sometimes, yeah.
He can defend.
You gonna get got. He a two-way. He not a stopper. He a two-way. He not a stopper.
Anybody can make anybody dance, cuz.
I'm saying he can defend too. Let's not act like he just on cone.
Yeah, he ain't no.
He not grown at all.
And Dylan, best believe you gonna see on Bleacher Report. He gonna get matched up on somebody and like do something crazy on defense.
And the other reason why I'm saying he can get that 18 Tyson is 9 times out of 10 he gonna be at the 3. Right. And while the NBA do got long wings, you don't got enough wings. If there's not enough long wings in the NBA that are his size, he's 6'9" with long arms and has an unblockable jump shot. He gonna be, and he got a post game. He will take you down to the post. So you gonna have problems with being
the 2 and the 3. That's gonna be hard for people to really defend. You already got like 2 tall people in the paint with AD and Gafford.
They got Christie at the 1.
Max Christie?
Are they rocking Christie at the 1?
I don't
know.
They might bring in CP3.
You think?
That's what they've been saying. That's what
somebody preliminary.
I like Max Christie a lot. I think he can run the 1.
Starting?
I think he more of a 6-man kind of guy.
He a 2. He can run the 2.
He a 2.
He more of a 6-man.
Hey, JJ Hardy's the 2, right?
Huh?
JJ Hardy.
You think he might start?
He a bucket.
He is a bucket.
I feel like he's just a scoring guy though.
Yeah, I feel like he's just. That's why I was
asking.
He's
a bench bully.
Yeah, Jalen Hardy is too.
I feel like he's just a scoring guy.
He a combo guard, but Christie for sure not running.
He think they finna run.
Pick up though.
I think they get in Chris Paul.
Yeah,
I think they'll pick up Chris Paul.
I say they don't get Chris Paul. Like with the roster they got right now, you think they gonna start especially over Max Christie?
Yeah,
I think both of them might start, but none of them is man in the offense. I told you who
Spencer Dinwiddie
gonna start over Max Christie, yeah, because he can hit outside shot. Well, Max Christie hit outside shot.
Christie can shoot and he plays.
Dinwiddie better at defense. Dinwiddie better at defense.
I don't think so. I think
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Christie will play you 94 feet, bro.
But the thing is, he's not gonna start over him at the 1 position if he actually gonna be running the 1 because Dinwiddie is a proven NBA ball handler. Christie not starting over him. Christie ain't no proven ball.
They just need a dude that could just get the ball to court and pass, hit outside shots.
He what?
He played the 1 on the Lakers.
But he wasn't man in a unit. What you mean?
You telling me that Cooper?
Did you not hear what I said? I said
I'm not saying Christie is running the offense. I said is he playing the 1?
I said if Flag does not
man the Dinwiddie at the 1.
If Flag is not setting up the offense, then Christie not starting. If Flag does set up the offense, then it's a possibility.
And now with like kind of how y'all said, like if Flag on the court, dude finna be having the ball. So whoever run the 1 really kind of irrelevant. Like it's not, but it kind of is. Like it don't really matter.
AD gonna get his touches. He just not gonna be setting up the O. Like I think Flag gonna be setting up the O a lot too. Like
Max Christie is great off the ball, and if you telling me
Christie would be good. I feel like now, like
who?
Christie.
Oh, I thought you said Dinwiddie. I'm about to say
I'm not Jason Kidd, so I don't know. But if you just talking about a hypothetical, if Flag is gonna be the one that mans that unit, I think Christie a great fit for the starting role. But is he gonna start? Like you still got PJ Washington.
He's gonna start.
He's not starting over PJ Washington.
PJ Washington,
He's not starting over him.
And I feel like now it's like you got 2 guards, 2 forwards.
That's the reason Flag might be
PJ Washington.
That's why I feel like
PJ Washington is listed as a power forward.
He ain't
even in contention. Like they're not talking about.
PJ Washington started this year when they had all that. Even after they had AD, if I'm not mistaken. Before
I'm telling you, they got him listed as a forward though.
I know what they got him listed as because that's what he was running. That's what PJ Washington had been running, but PJ Washington came into the league as a 3. Like he could run a 2. It's not like he got not the 2, but he could run the 3 again.
If Flag can catch a stride, man, I don't know.
You can really put whoever, like I said,
possibly could run the offense through him.
A lot of people fit with him because he can do everything.
He can play the 2.
And like, as soon as Christie got picked up from the Mavericks, he has been average. Like he averaged 30 minutes a game.
He's gonna play a lot.
I'm saying he don't start. Like there ain't no way he's not starting.
Why is that?
Like Jason Kidd, like in the
I just never thought of Max Christie to be a dude that can facilitate and run an offense.
I don't think
he can.
I don't think he's gonna have the ball.
I don't think he can.
If you didn't do something in college, I don't see you sitting there when you were the best player on your team. I don't see you sitting there going to the NBA and just.
He always been more of a shooter than a
change it completely. Cause Devin, he went to Minnesota, right? I'm tripping.
Yeah, he did.
Did he do that? I don't remember him manning no unit in Minnesota. Like he getting his. Like he's not running no one and facilitating.
What are you talking about?
Or did Christie go to Michigan State?
He went to Michigan State.
Yeah, he went to Michigan State. Yeah, he went to Michigan State.
He was cold too, but he was more of a scorer than a playmaker.
Yeah,
like he wasn't really.
But like when I'm saying run the 1, I'm not saying he's gonna play with the ball.
Yeah, he just
he's better. He's better with the ball off his hands. Like playing with LeBron, bro. He's like he moves off the ball. He's gonna backdoor at any time. He know how to relocate. He's a smart guard.
I can see that.
He does too much for him not to be like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, that's real.
That's real.
It's just I don't know how much confidence they have in giving the keys to a rookie.
It ain't really giving them the keys.
That's why I feel like it's gonna be more
generational.
When J-Mo say running the 1, I think he just mean he gonna be on the. I don't think dude.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Flag. I'm talking, but the only way Chris is going to be able to run that 1 is if Flag is doing the facilitating. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how likely it is for Jason Kidd to sit there and give the rookie a keys if they even keep Jason Kidd. But also with that being said, Jason Kidd got somewhat of a newer basketball mind, so it could easily happen.
As we lost Shane, we're gonna move to the NBA draft. Any teams y'all felt like won the draft? Not even won the draft, had some good picks and that really fit their team playing style and how they want to.
I like the Spurs picks.
I like the Spurs picks a lot. I mean, they got Dylan Harper. I don't know how he's gonna play it alongside De'Aaron Fox, but
I was gonna say that's a lot of guards over there. Well, not a lot, but how
much of?
I'm feeling like because Dylan Harper.
Dang, Tyson.
No,
dang.
Dang,
that kind of hit.
Oh, you back?
Oh no, you
my fault. Hey, I was talking about Dylan Harper. You talk about Dylan Harper, right, Dev?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened right there, but I feel like Dylan Harper. It was a good pick. Him playing alongside De'Aaron Fox, something he can learn for sure. But y'all seen him as an instant starter?
Tyson. Oh
yeah.
Tyson, I was going to ask you a question. How you think the Spurs gonna handle having like 3 guards? Like, I think Castle definitely gonna run.
Man, I feel like Castle needs to be like
for him to be the 6th man.
Castle might start.
You
think
Fox coming
he
off?
Might start. If they go in there and bench Stephon Castle, they got problems.
Who coming off the bench?
I feel like Castle cannot come off the bench.
What?
And Devin Vassell, they both gonna have a
But Sam will come off the bench if they.
You gotta move. Come off the bench for real.
You gotta move Castle.
I don't see.
You gotta move Castle.
Harper not coming off the bench.
He's Castle to the 3.
You gotta move Castle to the 3.
You're moving Castle to the 3.
And bringing Pascal off the bench.
How tall is Stephon Castle?
Like 6'5",
6'5".
But
you can run
athletic and he's strong. He ran the 3 in college, which is different, but still.
I didn't know that.
Castle ran the 3 when he was at UConn.
So y'all think they're gonna run a 3 guard lineup with Wemby and just a 4?
Yeah,
they gonna
they need to get a big man.
They gonna run people off the floor.
And if Wemby does start, I could see it might be crazy if Wemby does start. Well, they still got Keldon Johnson. So Wemby, I mean, not if Wemby does start. I meant to say if he does play the 5, then that leaves you 2 options with Carter Bryant and Johnson to run, or Sochan could start. But Carter Bryant, which is the other rookie they drafted in San Antonio, he could easily start. Which I wouldn't start him there because I still feel like you should bring his wing presence off the bench. But Keldon Johnson could easily start with them, or Sochan. Really, it honestly could be Sochan.
I'll have Sochan honestly just because you need a dude that brings that.
You need size.
I would move Sochan and like Fox. I don't know. I would try to move them if I could.
Move them like off the team.
You think? I mean that ain't the worst decision.
They just got him.
They just got. That's what I'm saying. They just came to Fox.
They just made the move.
J-Mo, I completely see what you're saying. And I like Fox though. I think Fox like a top 30, top 35 guy. But it's like
I'm not sure why they took that.
So I got a question.
J-Mo, I agree. I see Fox.
I got a question.
Say you trade Fox, Sochan, 3 first-round picks to try to get somebody like Bam.
They could get John Collins.
That's horrible.
They could get John Collins.
You overpaying.
Yeah, you
overpaying. You said Sochan, Fox, and 3 first for Bam.
Bam just got moved for 5.
Bruh, that's because they overpaid too. So just because
I'm just saying,
I'm giving you a overpay, so I'm gonna overpay.
I'm giving you a realistic trade.
I'm saying that's not realistic. San Antonio not doing that.
In the landscape of
3 first-round pick is their future game.
Yeah.
You giving up 3 first, a top 35 player in the NBA for another top 35 player and Sochan? Like, what am I getting back? Now, if you said Wiggins and Bam, I'm like, okay, cool, I can rock. But then we got to make contracts match.
I think J-Bo more so saying, let's say they compete and they like really good and they like, dang, like we could use like a legitimate big man. Like they could, I could see him moving off Fox.
Why would they overpay?
Why would they go get him?
Instead of going to free agency and getting somebody like Clint Capella? Why would you saying they're gonna go overpay?
We're making a trade for like Nick Claxton.
Yeah, but you think they're gonna go overpay and give away a dude they just gave up a bag for to give Fox?
Y'all don't see a future where Fox not on the Spurs for real?
I'm not saying I don't see a future where he's not on the Spurs.
I'm not saying they're not
happen in the first year. So you pretty much telling me you gave away how many picks did Fox get traded for to the Kings? I don't know. I'm gonna look.
We got to look up that one.
But yeah, in the near future though, I see Fox on the Spurs.
Yeah. He gonna be there for like at least this year, or the next 2.
I feel like at least 3.
I don't know how to feel about him just because if we want Dylan Harper to be a starter, I don't know how I feel about both those guys. You know, Dylan Harper.
Because Fox got to get minutes.
They gonna
start both of them.
I think they want all them guards, bro. I think that's just what they
gonna start
want.
both of them.
I don't see. Why would you have the number 2 pick in the draft? Granted, they wanted the number 1 pick. They were close. They could have got flagged. That's what they were aiming for. But once you knew you got the number 2 pick after the lottery, with all the people that were on this market, why would you sit there and keep the pick when there's all these other wings that you could have gotten to bring in Dylan Harper? If you weren't expecting to start him with Fox.
Yeah, it's a play now. It's a play now.
They would have just got off Fox.
Who would you trade? Who would you trade the pick for? Like, who would you look at?
There was plenty of people that would have taken pick 2. You could have tried to get anybody.
I'm saying, like, if I'm trading a top 3 pick, I want like a younger player in return. At
They
least
really ain't want that.
at
They
least
was trying to
25, 26. Like who would be on the market?
They didn't care about him being young.
Who?
The Spurs.
Oh, you said they did.
They were shopping that number 2 overall pick for Kevin Durant alongside other first round picks that they had from the DeJounte trade.
And they were.
They could maybe shop Devin Booker, but I don't know if the Suns gonna get all Devin Booker.
There ain't no reason for them to get D Book.
Yeah.
I mean,
Booker better fit than Harper.
He available though. I mean, that's what's the best available.
Well, DJ, I would say I think Harper. I think maybe because I don't know. I watched some of Harper at Rutgers, but I feel like ain't he more of a playmaker than Book? Like, I know he can score. I know he can.
But what you need another playmaker for? He's an ISO-eccentric ball player at the end of the day. Dylan Harper is like isolation basketball scorer.
What made him the number 2 pick was like, okay, we know that this dude can score, but this dude also like he ain't finna he don't need to score to be effective. I think Booker needs to score. If he ain't scoring, he ain't finna be effective.
I agree with you there, but Booker also is a better off the ball player than Dylan Harper.
He is.
When Dylan Harper was playing with Ace Bailey, it wasn't very like. Devin, tell me if I'm tripping. It's a couple of occasions where both of them folks is like, hey, we both gonna get ours, and that's gonna be the And even with that being said, in them games, because didn't they both hoop versus Alabama? They both had like 30 versus Bama, if I'm mistaken.
When they both hoop, they never really lost.
Yeah.
But they would still lose the games, but that's because they had nobody else helping. And the NBA is not gonna be, there's too many shots that need to happen to other players in that offense for him to sit there and be so effective off the basketball.
Yeah, they were shooting 20+ shots a night.
I mean, he not no great spot up guy. He can shoot, but he not no spot up guy.
Yeah, he not.
Fox not a spot up guy. They both ISO-eccentric isolation ball players for real. At the one, they common NBA combo guards.
Yeah,
that's why I was confused about the picks. But
that's why I don't know why they didn't trade it. Personally.
I think they're gonna try to make it like a 1-2 punch kind of thing.
And I also feel like the Spurs
he get his. It's not. I don't think it's because it's hard for both of them to play together, and like because both of them can't play without the ball in their hands. So
I was also gonna say that I think that the Spurs in a situation where you drafted the best player available too, because they still.
Yeah. And I think they're gonna rock with both of them.
But like, who would like? I feel like they did the right thing.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. I would have picked Dylan Harper.
You don't think? But like for real though, if y'all think if they didn't plan on playing both of them in the same lineup, Fox would still be on the team right now. Folks been talking about.
No, they definitely did.
Okay, bet. I just want to make sure. I was gonna say there's been too many folks that's been trying to get out of where they at or been talking about getting out where they at for Fox to still be on that roster.
I definitely think if they was gonna get rid of a guard, it would be Vassell. And even Vassell good.
He coming off the bench, I think, for a lot. Because he not.
Yeah.
Castle's your defense. Fox can't come off the bench. He making too much money. And
I would say
Dylan Harper was the number 2 pick in the draft.
Harper, Fox, Castle, Sohan,
and Wemby.
Wemby.
And that's
low key a pretty good starting lineup.
That's not bad at all.
It's not.
All jokes aside, because as bad as Sohan is, I mean,
they just small.
He defense.
Yeah.
They just small, but like they make up with Wemby make up for a lot of length.
Yeah, fact. And Deal small is in the news. Small is like what?
And Sochan gonna help you with your boards too, because
small ain't really.
Wemby is extremely tall.
Sochan clean glass, bro.
He don't really like just clean the shit
out. He just can't shoot. That's
all he can do is he's Ben Simmons 2.0.
Stop missing Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons one of a kind, bro. Ain't nobody Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons was like LeBron.
He
was supposed to be.
That's what Keller said.
Keller said, "Hey LeBron, we don't need you.
Hey LeBron,
we don't need you.
We don't need you anymore." Ben Simmons is here.
Yeah, we talking.
Y'all want to talk about the losers of the draft?
I was gonna say shit. We talking about the Sixers. How we feel about that VJ Edgecombe pick? What are the Sixers gonna do?
I like that.
The same stuff that they've been doing.
They got Podcast P.
Yeah, he's real professional.
Come on down to the box.
Basketball, his second profession.
Tell Pandemic P pull up to the box.
Podcast P. We are extending the invite personally.
Shout out.
That's podcast people.
Shout out podcast P, man.
We stopped the podcast.
Nah, but on the real though, Tyson, I ain't gonna lie. Get an edge cone. It's kind of like the same thing. Why do you have so many guards on your roster, bro?
But he's kind of like a different type of guard, though. He's kind of like he's like a. What I wouldn't say like he's a guard for sure because he's like 6'4", 6'5".
He a combo. I'm not saying he one.
That's why I was like, he's not no one type of guy.
Nah, he not no one.
I feel like he could probably defend the one through the four though. To the three.
I think you run him.
I give you three. I can mess with that. I can get down with the three.
I feel like he can play the three.
I know you watched him play the most. Like, what you think?
I mean, they say he's a developing shooter. He struggles to shoot the ball a lot in college, but I mean, he's athletic. He can pick up. He can pick up any guard probably that he wants to. Like, he's a great defender. That's where he really hangs his hat on when it comes to basketball. Is defending. He can't really shoot. He's athletic. I mean, that's what you really kind of want if you want a defensive stopper. But I don't know why the 76ers
motor too.
I don't know why Philly drafted him personally, but I mess with it.
They drafted him because they didn't want to draft.
I think it's a good one.
Who could Philly draft though? Who could Philly draft?
They wanted to draft Ace Bailey, but he said he didn't want to mess with it.
But he didn't want to go there. So.
But that's a whole other conversation. But
Tyson, trade the pick, bro.
Like, Ace Bailey not trying to go to the
gang. Y'all in these win now situations, sitting here drafting rookies, bro. What are we doing?
Bailey not trying to go to the Jazz.
Philly in the win now.
Philly was just hurt. They
got an MVP caliber.
They're not in the win now.
Jared McCain was finna win Rookie of the Year.
They are in the win now. J-Mo,
Paul George got hurt. And
Tyrese Jackson still a bucket.
And they was good.
They team got
before
they
got hurt, they were clearly in a win now. That's why people were so mad about what happened with Paul George and how bad he was. They traded for him to compete for a title. Do you not remember how people was glazing that team when they brought in PG in the offseason?
I want to say, like,
he was so excited. He was so excited to come to Philly too.
On me.
People said that was bad. Like, but I don't know.
Paul George just came in and was playing bad and that fit at first, but hopefully he shakes back this year. So
I think BJ Edgecombe, like, I think he got a certain dog to him. I could tell by like his little interview after the draft, but I think they gonna be in the same situation they was in. Like, I don't think they finna make no wave with it. But I do like
if they healthy, they
what you think what you think they gonna do?
They gonna do the same thing they did. They just gonna
they just gotta get healthy.
No, I'm saying like, say, like, what are we gonna do if Joel Embiid has another unhealthy year?
Trade that nigga.
Man, it's gonna be
nobody gonna want Joel Embiid.
Like, what are we gonna do?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That's a question that you gotta ask people when it comes to it, bro. I don't know. Like, who's gonna want him if he get hurt again?
We're gonna stop trusting.
And then you can't just be on there still. We've been trusting this process.
We stopped trusting the process after.
I got a spot for him. I got a team that will love him. The Wizards.
And like I do.
Nasty word.
I'd be one of the craziest fall offs ever.
Embiid is in an interesting situation though, because we know Embiid one of the most skilled big men ever. But
hey, DeAndre Ayton just got bought out of his contract, so he's gonna become a free agent.
Not bad.
Nah.
He gonna go to the Wizards. He gonna be chill with.
Nah, he a free agent.
J-Mo,
free agents don't go to Washington.
J-Mo, he need to be a Puerto Rico with Boogie grabbing his nuts.
You saw Boogie got banned. He can't even go no more. Look, the only places he going to, if he a free agent, he gonna go to the Jazz or he gonna go to the Eastern Conference Jazz. He gonna go to. It's like them the only two options he got. Or he can go. He go to the Lakers if you want. If you want to do something. I don't think he's ready to play on the Lakers. It's too much. It's too much for him.
I ain't gonna lie. Last dude that came to the Lakers thing and stuff was sweet. They had him real sad about life, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be
Westbrook out there hurt.
It's hard to play for the Lakers, bro. One bad game, you getting desperate.
But he probably gonna be up on the Lakers.
Like,
the Lakers will get somebody like DeAndre Ayton, bro.
And
It's
think
gonna
that
be
they
like,
gonna
when they got Andre Drummond. It was gonna be the same thing.
Stop it.
Hold on, they were up. Were they up 2-0 or 2? Were they up 2-1 in that series for
Hey, blew the series. He made AD get hurt and everything, bro. Braun twisted his ankle after it, bro. Them folks was just done for it.
Would y'all wait? Because I know we were talking about AD because like that like happened or like it was like it just happened like live, so that's gonna be big. But I was really more so I wanted to see y'all opinions on who y'all think the steal of the draft was. Like I know everybody liked Flag and Dylan Harper, but like who do y'all think like was like the favorite underrated player that like went like later?
Cedric Coward for the Memphis Grizzlies, pick 11. Hey Shane, let me break it down, bro. Hey, that's an NBA ready prospect right there, man. He can do everything you want. He can do everything you want out of a wing. He can shoot the ball, shoot the field off the ball. Matter of fact, he
went to a couple schools. He started D3.
Arms like this, 1 through 5, shuffling his feet right there with him. Come on, meet me at the rim.
Would you say he in Rookie of the Year talks?
No.
There's only one Rookie of the Year.
Who? Oh, Flag.
Super Flag. That's already been set in stone.
This year is gonna be like with Wemby draft. It's gonna be Wemby, and then there's gonna be niggas on that Brandon Miller tier. That's gonna be like Dylan Harper.
Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey.
They gonna have like a week of hooping. They be like, bro, this.
Yeah, they gonna be trying to push certain guys, and then Cooper Fletcher's gonna like,
Oh man, it's gonna be the same.
I would say, I like the Houston pick getting the big from Duke, but you know how them African bigs be turning out in the NBA. You never know.
He got traded.
He got traded. He
on the Suns. That's one of the Suns 3-7 footers.
That was a minute after they traded.
That pick was horrible.
That was a minute after they traded for Mark Williams.
The Suns.
They got Mark Williams, Nick Richards, and him.
They got Mark Williams.
I didn't know they traded him.
They traded for Mark Williams.
They're gonna be the Twins. They gonna have Hakeem and Ralph.
They gonna be
No, they got that Washington Bullets lineup.
Folks gonna be in that
Bol and Mersan.
Folks gonna be in that jump with 3-7 footers in the same starting 5. They gonna be like how the Nuggets was coming during the bubble.
That's what I'm saying.
With Bol and Yo and
that might work. That
is not working.
Realistically,
that is not working.
A guy was flying for a little bit.
I actually wanted to see where he landed.
Bobo was cooking for a little bit though.
Bobo was flying for a little bit. Me and Devin know. Devin know.
Listen, Shane, what you saying?
No, I would say a guy. I was gonna call him a steal anyway. I know he one of J-Mo guys too, and I just like him because he played for Michigan. But he been a dog though. Danny Wolf to the Nets.
No, okay, hold on, Shane.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he went to the Nets, but I still think dude gonna be good regardless of where he go, just because of his skill set.
Shane, the only thing I don't agree with you there.
Thomas gonna put up 50 a game.
The Nets had one of the worst. The Nets had one of the worst drafts I've seen in recent history.
Folks got 4 guards.
They had 5. They picked 5 guards. One being a big guard and Danny Wolf, and actually all of them are big guards.
All of them are really guards.
All of them are 6'5" and plus. And the real thing that is all of them can't shoot.
Danny Wolf knocked that gun down.
Danny Wolf can shoot.
Wait, he comes from BYU can't shoot?
No, he shoots 29% from 3. He can't shoot. None of them can really shoot the ball.
BYU do just a streaky ass.
He's a project. That's the only
thing. I think seriously like the Euro type of league type dude.
Yeah. Cause he's foreign too, ain't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know what the Nets on. You never really know with them. But I do think Wolf. I think Wolf gonna be good. If anything, I think he just need to hopefully he don't be on there for too long. But who knows?
Hey, do the Nets still got that Asian GM?
What?
No, I'm saying
what are you trying to say?
Because that could be a reason how they draft. Because they
what you trying to get at, Mo?
I had to mute Mo Mike.
No, it's like
edit that shit out.
No, I'm saying I don't know
how they draft though. Because
he's clearly
these niggas Mo
funny. He's not a good GM, bro. You saw he blew up the Knicks. He is the reason why
he was on some terrorist stuff because when he decided that he was done with the team, he was just like, screw it, I'm blowing everything.
He's not a good GM. That's all that
This dude got 5 first-round picks and used all of them in the same draft. That's possibly the stupidest stuff I've ever
That's
seen.
my bad. Drake Powell actually can shoot. I forgot they got Drake Powell. I forgot that was
Drake Powell got a strap.
Yeah, he 38% shooter from 3.
From UNC.
I ain't gonna lie. One of my favorite pickups personally is I like Trey Johnson on the Wizards because he's just gonna have a good time over there.
Yeah,
he gonna be like
Trey Johnson. Good.
He gonna be like he just like to play basketball. He don't want to compete. He don't want to compete. He just want to play basketball.
Yeah,
Trey Johnson that series good though.
He hooping. He doesn't watch us.
I'll have to say mine is Derek Queen.
Okay. Yeah.
He a good
I like his game. He's very
team, bro. I feel like he a good pickup. He a skilled big man. Got skill, can shoot around the mid range, stuff like that. Good footwork.
He just got Tyson where he'll become so dangerous and actually fit perfectly with them and won't just be a good player on a roster is if he can develop a consistent trade ball. Because if I'm not mistaken, he shot like
when big man back up off him because he already dangerous when he's in his area.
He's dangerous from that midi. If he could get a consistent trade ball, he problems for sure. Like he 20 and 10.
Who are you talking about, DJ?
Patrick Queen. I mean not Patrick Queen.
Derek
Queen. Football.
I'm not saying Pat.
Nah.
Derek Queen was a dog.
If he could get a consistent 3, because his mid range, his face up game tough.
Yeah,
I think the Big Ten produced a lot of like cold guys because a guy that I thought, I was disappointed with how he fell, but I understood it once I saw his height was Jace Richardson. I don't know where he went. I think he went to the Magic, but I thought he was nice. He just too small.
He don't play no defense and he shoot a lot of shots.
Yeah, and he's like 5'11".
That's
like
a bad rookie.
He like 6 foot. I thought